Welcome to episode 144 of Sunday Night Geekery. And we've got the Geek and I podcast. John is here tonight, which is great to have him join the show once again. So hail to the Geek and I.
Pleasure to be here.
Thank you for being here. Yeah. We're sorry to keep everyone waiting. Yep, I had my headphones turned off. Actually, I was trying to get my headphones to work. I was boom or something once a week, so I thought I'd turn them on, but I turned them off. I'm like, I'm not getting any audio. And John, you were saying how you were putting your studio back together and trying to remember how to get your roadcaster to work, right? So
yeah, it's one of those back in, I think it was June, we went and we picked up my mother-in-law and moved her to Texas, so my studio became her room and everything went in the garage in a box because my son was still here from when he got out of the Marines, and he finally got his own place. So I got the other room at the front of the house.
Okay.
And once I set everything up, I was like, wait a second. Does this go here? So I don't know if it's,
right.
Just been so long since I've fiddled with this stuff, or just my brain is, you forget things. And being my age.
Same here. Yeah, no, that's familiar territory to you, or especially you do things like once in a while or once in a blue moon. Like I was doing all the slideshows for Clobby's watch parties and the show, and I'm like, I wonder if I went to do the watch party and the slideshow now, like I had it down, like I could do that slideshow in like a half hour, 45 minutes. Like I probably forgot, which I keep saying I'm going to start those up again, but like I probably forgot how to do half this. Just when you're not doing it that much, and then you forget too. So, but let's say hi to everyone in the chat. And this is weird because when I stream, I put the YouTube chat on the left side of my stream, and I have the StreamYard chat, of course, obviously in StreamYard. I've only got like 5 comments in StreamYard, which is really weird. So I can show Snortapoopus, so I know it's here, but like half the comments aren't showing up. So I don't know what's going on. It's really weird, and they're not showing up in StreamYard. So, and we'll talk about StreamYard in a second. But hail to Putin's cat, hail to Snorty, Snortapoopus, hail to Claude Saling, and I know JT Kirk is there. And he's a mod on the channel. He's not showing up in StreamYard that I can highlight, but he's on the yeah. So you're here. Yeah, full comments are available the $100 a month tier. Yeah, now they're coming in. Yeah, so I don't know if everyone heard. And hail to the great man of iron, D Bud Martin, and well, hopefully Dad Man will be here. But we always got to play something for Dad Man, So we got to start the show with this. It's tradition, right? So let's let's play this. Hopefully, Dad Man will show up tonight.
Never that way.
God damn it, Mark! Jeez.
That's my buddy Dad Man. I'm scaring the crap out of him playing Fortnite, and that, as he said, that never gets old. That never gets old. And since you've got the Khan wreath of Khan there. For Geek and I, let's see if I know I've got to have Khan here. Where's my Khan Wrath of Khan scream here? Yeah, whenever you're trying to find one of these clips, there we go. So yeah, love that clip. So Putin's, I used OBS. Well, we won't put that on, but you love OBS, but yeah, OBS. I do like it. I do use it, but it's not when you're having guests. It's not that easy. There's something called OBS Ninja. I think they changed the name of it. You can have guests on. When I first started streaming, trying to use OBS Studio and have guests in the studio. I know there's ways you can use Zoom and different things to do it, but just StreamYard is such an elegant solution. And unfortunately, I don't know if you heard. John, but they're going to $45 a month. I don't know if you use StreamYards or not, or what you use for your streaming.
I pay $5 a month for. It used to be called Melon. Now it's TalkLab Studio. So I got in on a deal that was $5 a month for life.
For life?
Yeah.
Wow. You're a lifer. Wow. Yeah, no, because I was looking at that one. That looks like it's the cheapest one going right now. And I think that's about $25 a month if you get it now. But wow, you lucked out there with that $5 a
There,
month for life.
there is a package with Streamlabs that does, it's their, I guess you would call it their professional plan. That's $19, and you get all of their apps.
Okay. So not just the streaming, you get other stuff with it, or
Let me.
just
see if
other.
I
Well, it's stream. It's stream. Well, here we can take a detour into where this is a geeky subject. So let's check here. So it's let's see. I did actually save all these. I'll share my screen in a second. The ones I was looking at. So that was not Restream. It was
Streamlabs.
Streamlabs, right? Yep.
Yeah.
And Restream was pretty expensive too. Yeah. Oh, cancel there. I'm going the wrong.
So their Ultra plan is the desktop version, which is like OBS. And then Streamlabs Mobile, where you can stream from your phone, and then you get the whole suite with a store built in, cross clip. I don't know if you heard that. That's kind of like Opus Clips. We upload clips for Shorts and TikTok.
Oh, cool.
And then
Hey, let me
podcast
share my
editor.
Let me share my screen here. Yeah, so this is TalkLab Studio, right? So they have it's okay, like you said, $20 a month, and I guess you get all these apps that you're talking about with it.
There's an editor in there too, an online editor. So like once this stream would end, if you wanted to go in and take something out, you just drop it into the editor and edit.
And you can clip it. So what's the difference between this Pro plan here, Talk Studio? Oh, and then I guess if you get the Ultra plan, you get all these other apps with it.
Right.
An extra $2 a month, right?
Well, well, I think if you scroll down a little bit, that might be the first month. And then it goes up to 19 or something like that.
It goes up to 19, yeah.
Yeah.
No, but see, look at this one, the Pro.
Oh.
So these websites are confusing. So I'm going fast, but this Pro Streamlabs Talk Studio, but it looks like Streamlabs Ultra comes with Talk Studio, like you were talking about, the podcast editor. Okay, that's what you meant. Yep.
Yeah.
So it includes Streamlabs Desktop. So for $2 more a month, then you get all the apps, I guess. Yep. You get the Streamlabs Desktop, and I think that's what our buddy 70s rock fan uses now. Yep.
Yeah, and then it's you get to upgrade. I think the Ultra is 1080p, and I want to say 19 guests.
Okay, so plenty of guests. Yeah.
Yeah.
Plenty of okay, here's what you get with it.
Friends, so I don't know if I'm gonna.
Yeah, so you get the desktop, and I guess there's a web app too, right? Yeah, so web app, Streamlabs web suite, the console. Oh, you could stream from your console, I guess. Podcast editor, video editor. Oh, so you get everything. Yep, and Talk Studio Pro would be the one that's the.
That's basically what StreamYard is.
StreamYard, yeah. But I mean, StreamYard, I've been pretty happy with, other than sometimes some of these crazy, crazy incidents with, things that happen. But yeah, it's go from, I'm paying $25 a month. I kept saying, I'm going to do the yearly, and I kept waiting, I was going to wait till like Black Friday to see if, sometimes they have a deal too. And then a new company called Spoons bought them out, and they just got a notice they're going to $45 a month. It's crazy. They gave some new they enrolled a few new features, like minor features like dark mode and a couple of reusable studios, and but nothing major. And I think you can share the screen at 1080p now, but not broadcast in 1080p. So yeah, it's just a huge price increase. Yeah.
And you know what? I used to follow those guys. Every Sunday when they go on and do their Facebook chats, they've. I was there the night that they mentioned that they sold the company, and everybody was like, "Okay, well, I guess this will end soon." And they're like, "No, we'll be fine. Nothing's gonna change. We're gonna add some new stuff." Yeah, like dipping into my bank account. That's the new stuff they're adding.
Yeah, right. Yeah, 70s had a lot of problems with Melon, but I think it's been working much better for him now. So that's the thing too. Like when we want to stream to you guys, we just want to have fun and hang out with everyone, and have a smooth show. And one of the things, audio is probably the most important thing, obviously. And then yeah, it's nice to stream in 1080, or if I'm streaming games, it's nice to have 1080. But most of the time, 720p is fine. Have for what we're doing. I guess if you're doing something video intensive, maybe it would look better, or in the games arena. But yeah,
Well,
just want it easy.
That's when you use the Streamlabs. What was it? The studio.
Yeah. So that would be this one. Yeah. And of course, at one point I was going to switch to this, but I'm like, for the to save $5 a month or whatever, which is $5 a month is $5 a month, but just I've got so much invested in StreamYard right now in terms of having everything set up and everything, all my clips and bits and brands, and spend hours and hours and overlays. Right. Not that I couldn't recreate it somewhere else, but there's an inertia to switching too. Plus, you're just so used to it, and all the guests, everyone knows StreamYard too. So you go into StreamYard, and yeah, it's just aggravation, like moving, right? Or like moving your studio, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
And
yeah. Well, I mean, when you were on Federation Friday, did you notice anything different? Because that was Talk Studio.
That was Talk Studio, right? Yeah. I mean, it looked a little different, but it's pretty. The learning curve is pretty fast, I think. Yeah, and I've been on Brian's 70s show a bunch of times, so it's just one of those things. Like when you're used to something, but then you get the hang of it. But that's why you're loath to switch sometimes, when you probably should. So. But yeah, so I guess I'm gonna end up switching to this. So, and I think
then there's that other one too. That I mean, I can't remember the name. It's got a weird name to it.
Emu or
EV Mux.
EV Mux, yeah, EV Mux, yep.
That one's pretty neat. It's a deeper learning curve. They do have a version that is like basic StreamYard, but then there's another studio that you can, and I haven't learned how to do this.
Yeah,
where you can use it. It becomes like an OBS.
Oh, okay, with that too. Yep.
Yeah, and it's all online.
I've used OBS a lot too. And Putin's Cat was mentioning, yeah, you can go to do a lot of things. The main thing is the guests. They're really difficult on OBS. So that's the main. If you're just streaming solo, OBS is fine. But and also showing the comments on the screen, it's a minor thing, but that really makes the show, special. I think too, in terms of.
Well, go back to Streamlabs, because they have apps that will you can activate that will show the comments on screen
in OBS or
no on the on the Talk Studio.
Oh, Talk. Oh, yeah. Talk Studio does that. Yeah. But OBS, I remember one years ago when I started streaming, what I was doing, I had it all jury rigged, and I was copying the comments from YouTube, cutting and pasting them into a box in OBS. Just a primitive way to get some comments on the stream, on the screen. Excuse me. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like I said, the apps and Streamlabs, you can on the Talk Studio, you run, and if you get a new subscriber, it'll do the bling and show you the new subscriber.
Yeah, I think I'm doing that with Stream Elements. The Stream Elements, is that Streamlabs or is that Stream? Everyone's got Stream in the name. I'm trying to remember which one that is. So,
well, that one's completely different. I tried to. I don't even know what to do with that one.
Because I got this one to work. So if I get a new sub, so everyone there is not sub sub right now. We'll see if it works. But and hail to the great Brian Hepburn. Yeah, you want to up the volume of streams if you're going to be paying a monthly sub. Well, that's for sure. Yeah, you want to get your make good use of something and not waste money. Now, a lot of people are using the free StreamYard, which is okay too, actually. And I think you're limited to 4 guests, and typically I don't have more than 4 guests, but you're limited, I think, in terms of how many. Well, first you have the Streamlabs graphics and branding and things like that. So yeah, like no powered by EV Mux logos. That's pretty common. These guys are 1080p too as well. So yeah, highlight comments. That's one of the big things. Yeah, highlighting comments. So this one looks like an option too. Yeah, so it's $20 a month. And how many guests can you have? Does it tell you how many guests on this? 4 destinations, 2 seats. Oh, up to 12. Yeah, so that might be one to look at if you know anyone who's used EV Mux, or you just heard some good things about it. Yeah.
I've used it for a couple of shows, and to me it was just too much of a learning. One of those things where I don't want to upload all my, like you said, all my drops and all my bits and photos, and you know what, I have everything in Streamlabs. So for $5 a month, even if I'm not using it, I'm gonna keep it.
Yeah. $5 a month is tough to beat. Yeah. So you got in years ago, or just happened to catch a really good deal, I guess.
Yeah, there's there was one of those websites that I saw somebody talking about, getting free software and discount software, and it just so happened that it was on there, and I was able to grab it.
Wow, yeah, that's a good deal. What I've had the experience too, where some of those deals, they alter the terms of the deal later on. Where I bought software that was supposed to be free for life,
right?
And then they ended it a few times. I think it wasn't Da Vinci, but it was a competitor to Da Vinci. I can't remember the name, but a guy was a big evangelist for the software. It's probably better I don't mention the name so they don't go after me. But they went after the guy. And they altered the terms of the deal where you had a lifetime subscription. You get updates forever, and they altered the TOS. And he's like, "Well, I have screenshots of this," and he was one of their big YouTube partners. And then they actually ended up like copyright striking his channel, and then he threatened. He was a big YouTuber, and then he threatened to sue him, and they finally came to an amicable agreement. But all the guy was pointing out was, you guys changed the deal. The software was free for life.
You get that email that says we are altering the deal. Pray I don't alter it any further.
Yeah. And I think I have that clip. So let me try to find that clip. But what was and that happened to me too with a photo sharing software that I used, and they got bought out by a new company. And they had a plan where I think it was expensive though. It was like $300 or $400, and you got a lifetime, with the company. Of course, they're banking on using your money, and then I'm sure they were hoping that they became the next big thing. And another competitor, SmugMug, actually, beat this company out. So SmugMug's what I use for my photography now. But it was, what was it called? It was Oh my god, I can't remember the name. It was another photo sharing. It was pretty much exactly like Smugbug, but I picked I picked the loser. Unfortunately, they were
Right.
both really good, and they both did basically the same thing. But Smugbug ended up becoming the most popular. So then the new company that bought it out was like, well, they give you credits. They said you got the $300, you got, then they raised the price to $80. So they said everyone has $300 credit in their account. We're refunding your money, and the software is no longer free for life. So I was like, ouch. And like, we really don't have to do that because the company has been bought and all the terms have been changed. So but what at that point, what are you going to do? Because technically it was, I guess they closed the company, and a new company bought it out, or how they play those, on paper only. But yeah, it was it was frustrating, but I kind of understood it too. I'm like, you wanted the company to keep going because you had so much invested there, and then you had to move everything over to Smugmug, and yeah, it was a pain. Yeah. But let's see here. Where's my clip? And of course, we lost James Earl Jones last week too. So let's play this famous line.
I am your father.
Yeah, and just Darth Vader doesn't just does not work. I can't imagine, David Prowse. Have you heard the clips of David Prowse as just reciting some of Darth Vader's lines?
Yeah.
Costume.
Yeah.
just not gonna work. Yeah. So but yeah, God bless James Earl Jones. I thought I had that clip, but I have Imperial Entanglements. Of course, I'm gonna have to move. If I switched, I'm gonna have to move all this over, but maybe I'll do a better job of organizing
Yeah.
clips and put them, you go in and put them in
Well, I think isn't that is one of the things that I like. I think about StreamYard. I believe you can drag your clips into an order.
You can do that with this too, but I'm just lazy, so sometimes they're out of order. Like it does it automatically. Put
That's
them in
StreamYard. I'm
order.
sorry. I think that's
Yeah.
I might have misspoke, but I think it's StreamYard. You can drag your clips together, right?
Yeah,
So
you can put them. You can change the order. Yeah, you can change the order. Yeah, which is nice. Yeah. Let's see, where is here. Let me grab a few of these clips here. Upload them. Yeah. But just James Earl Jones was just such a powerful presence. Just oh, here we go. I got the deal one. Yeah. Oh, that's a 26. This deal is getting worse all the time. Here we go. Oh, I had to clip it because it was too long. Yeah. So let's see here. I'm altering the deal. Oh, these are all too long. Yep. Oh, here we go. Here we go, Mark. Yeah. Sorry about this. This is why you need a producer behind the scenes, right? To do this stuff.
yeah.
There we go.
If there was a way to run clips and stuff like that from using
Stream Deck or something, or
using the what is that? The Elgato thingamajig.
yeah, the Stream Deck. Yeah, that's what I have. Yeah,
I would love.
that would be so good.
Yeah.
Well, here we go. Here's
I am altering the deal. Pray I don't alter it any further.
yeah. So that's what happened. Well, let me catch up to the chat here. We got a lot of good comments flying in. Yep. Let's see here. Oh, Photo. It wasn't Photo Bucket. It wasn't Photo Bucket yet. Yeah, you're discussing your debt satisfaction with the service you agreed to. Yeah, and hail to Tim. Yep. But yeah, what was it? What was that called? It was Photo? Oh, what Photo Decks or no Photo? Oh, I'll remember it sooner or later. Yeah, see, old memories. Old memories die. Yep. But yeah, it was one of the great photo sharing sites, but it's more geared towards photographers. Because what I would do is I had a website, and I would just in the old, this is 20, 30 years ago, and I would just put pictures on my website, and it looked horrible, but you would just had like a grid of photos, and you would just put them up. It was a gram and a while. And it was when no one was on the, barely anyone was on the web, or you didn't care that you put your stuff out there, and which is now for privacy. You probably wouldn't want to. Of course, people, it's on Facebook and everything.
Yeah.
But Fanfare, here. This is Fanfare. Now my brain doesn't bear of a little brain, but it was called Fanfare. Yeah. So yes, you could upload your videos. It's basically like a smug mug, and the guy started it. That's what they, exactly what I was doing. They had personal websites, and they said, well, let's make a website that's just for photo sharing. It'll do slideshows, and it had some nice features too, and you had the full images backed up, and Carbonite bought them in 2011 and altered the terms of the deal. So
is Carbonite still around?
Carbonite's still around, yep. So you see Carbonite here. I'll zoom in on this so you guys can read this. Yeah. So originally they were free. They went to freemium, like we give you 1 gig free, and then on June 6, 2011, Carbonite acquired Fanfare. They declined to honor Fanfare lifetime memberships, instead granted lifetime members $300 in Fanfare credit. Hey, I remember that exactly right, which would expire after 3 years if unused. 2 days later, the founder notified lifetime subscribers their customers requested refund will be not by Carbonite, but remains a Fanfare. Yeah, so you felt bad, the guy, whatever money he got. I mean, I guess he didn't make much money, so I think a lot of people just took the deal. It was like he was always posting, and you really liked the guy as a CEO, and then he left 1 year after the purchase, and they shut down Fanfare. 2017. Wow, I thought it was longer than that, but oh yes, Maddie's daddy. Yep. Hail to Maddie's daddy. And let me play since Maddie's daddy is here. We always got to play the Mighty Thor. Great to see you, Steve. Yep. But it was just such a God. It was so bad. I mean, God, when they switched it up. And Carbonite's a huge company too. But the writing was on the wall. I guess that deal kept it open another 6 years. But then eventually that was it. So same. I don't think StreamYards is so popular too. It's so here's some pictures of Fanfare. Yeah, that was the logo. Yep. So you had, I mean, it's just like a standard photo sharing, but the front end looked really nice. So when you went, this would be the back end, and then you could see that. Then you could do a slideshow. So it was a nice. Nice. Yeah, that's what it looked like. That's been so long. So you'd go to the albums and click on the albums, and you could.
Yeah, that kid's 35 now.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Yeah. That's for sure. Yep. Oh, come on. You're always Thor. You're always going to be Thor. That's for sure. And then I printed it. I should have brought this when I got to see you. I 3D printed this cool Mjolnir, and I'm like, oh, I should have brought this for Steve. Let me turn my desk camera on. Let's show this. Yep. So let's see here. Oh, should turn the camera on. That would help. This is the boomer hour. It's my mic. Yep. Let's see here. Let's see. Hopefully you guys can hear me still. Yep. Okay, it's flashing. Yep. So now we're going to show some comic books anyway in a little bit and stuff that I got, but And hopefully Donnie will show up tonight because I got something to show him. But this is pretty cool. I think Steve would like this. So I'll turn my camera on. It's a 3D printed Mjolnir pen, so you can write with this, Steve. So I should send you this, or I'll print another one so I have one. But yeah, you can the very all powerful Mjolnir pen. So what you do, and I can't draw, otherwise I would. I try to draw something since Steve's the artist. I can't draw anything, but yeah. So what you do, you 3D print these two pieces, and then you just butcher a pen and put the pen in this 3D tip here. What they should do is have a. The only problem is if you ever need to change the pen, they should have like a locking. I should put a twist lock on this, or design a twist lock with tabs. So I was just putting fun tech in there to hold it together. But because once the pen goes dead, how are you going to change the pen? But yeah, it's pretty cool. So
and you gorilla glue to the table.
Yeah, so no one can lift I can't lift it out. Yeah. So yeah, but it was a fun. Important things you can do with 3D printing, but it makes a nice desk piece. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's something else I'd like to get into, but I don't think I'm smart enough for that.
It's actually not too bad. I mean, yeah, you could figure it out. But
That is pretty
yeah,
neat.
there's a learning curve. There's a learning curve. Yeah, there's a learning, and something's always going wrong too. I have to say, it's never never perfect. Yeah. So the pen is mightier than the hammer, says JT. Yeah. Hey, Alexander. Looks close enough. Yeah. So and this is when Donnie shows up. I gotta unbox this if Donnie gets here. But we got Power Ranger Mini Mates. Showing the box opens and everything. Check that out. So Green Ranger, Pink Ranger, Blue, and Alpha 5. So hopefully Donnie will be here. We'll show him that. That was I'm always scouring the interwebs for the bargain. So they had a really good deal on this at the comic book store that I buy stuff from. So highlighted the action figure moratorium, but I like these kind of things because they're so damn small. So you can hang that up or take that out. Yeah. Are we supposed to believe that a 3D printer was worthy to print Thor's hammer? I'm thinking nope. Yeah. Mark can lift it. Yeah. And here's another purchase from it was on sale. They had this on sale for $6. The Demon from DC Multiverse McFarlane. I think it's pretty cool. It's an alternative version of the Demon Etrigan, but pretty cool figure. It's an Elseworlds, but I could picture him wearing something like that. So Demon Knights. And it comes with its own collectible trading card. So here's the other figures in the set. Let's see here. We got it's a flat. What's that say? God, could they print this any smaller? It's like Batman from Batman Beyond. Yep. Dr. Fate.
That looks like Nicolas Cage Superman.
Right? Doesn't it? Superman. That Dark Knight's Death Metal. Yeah, it does look like Nicolas Cage a little bit. Batman Beyond would be a cool one, yeah. I thought that was and I've always liked the Demon, so I always thought it was a very cool character. Speaking in rhymes, of course. So I thought that was a nice Elseworlds version, so I got that. And the other figure I got, could not resist. Wagnar's not here right now, but this is a great. I had to get him in black and white because I have him in green.
Wow.
Tough being green. And this is the is it a NECA? Yeah, NECA figure. Yep. They got this great artwork. And what I really like about this too, I mean, I'm probably going to take him out of the box, but you could hang him up on the wall and kind of hold that open, I guess, maybe if you wanted to. Or the box, it looks like it's, these are nice too because you just cut it and it's a reusable box, so you don't destroy the box, like when it's welded. And great artwork, and of course, the movie's in black and white, so I got the full color and I got the black and white version, and of course they're going to remake the Gill Man, but I don't know if that's we'll see what happens. Probably not going to be very good, but they're going to redo
Well,
it.
just looking it up, it's James Wan, so
He's pretty good,
yeah.
but a lot of people are against remakes. But of course, this has been so long too. Plus, you still have the original, as long as they don't totally botch it. But I just love the artwork on this box. And NECA did a great job with this figure. What do they? Let's see if I get the label. Do a little enabling there. Ultimate creature from the Black Lagoon, and they have great line of Universal monsters right now, and you can buy them on Amazon. They're easy to find right now on Amazon. So if you've got money to spend, I hope you do. Check them.
I think the last time I watched Creature from the Black Lagoon, it was 3D.
Oh, with the 3D glasses, yeah.
Yeah, didn't they have a TV version in 3D?
Yeah, I think they did. Yeah, I think they did convert a lot of that stuff to 3D. Yeah, I definitely think they did. Yeah.
7-Eleven and pick up your red and blue glasses.
Yeah, or they had them in magazines sometimes, right? And you could grab the glasses, and you get those sci-fi magazines. They're like, creature from the Black Lagoon will be on next month. Little mini display there, but yeah, what was fun too, sometimes some of the movies back in the 70s and 80s, they had simulcasts. Like I remember they had Earthquake or some of the disaster movies, and they're like on tune to 95.5 on the dial, and simulcast of Earthquake will be on tonight. So that was pretty cool too, because back then you didn't have surround sound or any fancy stereos. Like what I would do is I'd hook up my boombox to the VCR once you had a VCR. But yeah, most TVs just had the one little speaker. So the idea was, if you had your stereo in the, with the TV, you could actually get, decent sound, something you take for granted. But I remember, we'd go have movie nights. Sometimes I'd take my boombox with me, my RCA cables, and I'd hook up my boombox, which had an input, and I'd hook that up to like the VCR, like, oh my God, you can do that? Like, that sounds so much better, because yeah, you'd have just that tinny little speaker. Oh, Putin's cat, I'm not getting an Emmy. Oh, come on, man. He said this show keeps going, but not this show, the Emmys. Yeah, I'd like an Emmy. Yep. Yeah, they look Minecraft. Yeah, the very Lego, very Lego-esque. Yeah, the minifigures do look Minecrafty. Yep. They look good. Yep. So, but yeah, it's just a shame too. Sometimes when they do some of these sequels and they really botch them. Like I watched. Have you seen Twisters? Well,
yeah, it was okay.
Right? But it wasn't great though either, right? I mean, it was just
it was it was updated with special effects. Same exact story. I mean, it's
right. I mean, that was kind of, I was watching it last the other night with my much better half, and she's like, "This is boring." After a while, she's like, "This is boring," and I don't know if she had seen the first one. Or maybe we had it. So when was the first? When was Twister out? In the 90s or
94, 95?
Okay, so about 30 years ago, right? So and the Bill Paxton was just such a great character too. Just anything he did, I love Bill Paxton. And who was the girl that was in Twister? That was
Alan
Oh,
Hunt.
that was Helen Hunt, right? Yep. So that was a good that was a good team up there. I guess did they have CGI in that or is it old enough where they just like primitive CGI maybe? It's been so long.
Maybe some of the storm. It says 96.
Counts. 96, okay.
Yeah.
When was T2? That was 99 was T2?
290.
Terminator 2, what was that,
Yeah.
99 or well, that's when that's in Jurassic Park. That's I'm just thinking when it really took off. Yeah.
Terminator 2 is 91.
What was I doing?
Terminator 2.
Oh, 91?
Yeah.
Wow, that old? Wow. So yeah, they must have had some CGI in the original Twister, but I'm sure not that like not like as as high tech as today, but and Brian has the color and black and white Mondo 6-scale Gilman figures. They did a new sculpted version. The Mondo figures are amazing. And 6-scale, that's awesome. Those are huge. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah. And Fanty, I know, lives around New York City area, said Channel 11 had a 3D presentation for the 90s. And then Brian says the best 3D films ever, the 53 House of Wax. That's a great movie. Yep. The Creature from the Black Lagoon. Yep. And JT read that as Mongo. I thought you were talking Blazing Saddles. Mondo. Yeah, Mondo is great stuff. Yeah. But yeah, the thing, the acting was good in Twisters. Wasn't wasn't bad, but it just didn't break any, no new ground. And I don't know if anyone else in the chat has seen it, but it did really well at the box office, right?
It did very well. Yeah.
Right. So and Putin's giving us the Emmy updates here. Thank you. Yep. And Fanty says, nope, I was wrong. PIX had Creature in 3D. And 1982, 42 years ago. Yeah, we say that wasn't that long ago. Yeah. God damn it. Yeah. Right? Oh, look who's here. Look who I was hoping would be here. Because I got something to show you, Donnie. So here, let me pop my screen up. But you see if you might not notice anything that you might be interested in here, but let me make that full screen and take your comment off here. So anything you'd be interested in there, Donnie? Probably the yeah, no. I don't know if Donnie has this. I hope he does, but so when I bought this, of course I was thinking of Donnie, but check this out. Cool Mini-Mate figure set. So we've got the Green Ranger, Pink Ranger, the Blue Ranger, and Alpha 5. Yeah, we wish you could afford. So Don, I wish they sold out. I was thinking I should have let you know, but they had these on sale for $6. This set was on sale for $6. So I didn't get the chance to do an enabling video. And then the sale, well, then they sold out really quickly too, as soon as I saw it. And I got this from Atomic Empire. And the nice thing, that's where I get my comics. So if you see something you want, you just say ship with your comic book. So then the shipping is, it's not free, but it's included with the comic. So it's not not as bad if you bought something. But I knew you'd like that. So yeah, I thought they did.
I don't think those helmets will fit over their heads.
You gotta take the hair off. Yep.
Oh, like I do every night. Okay.
Yeah. You take your hair off. Yeah. Then it'll fit. Yep. That's the secret. That's the Lego secret. So yeah, and Alpha 5 never takes his helmet off. Yep. So yeah, I knew Donnie would get a kick out of that. So I'll have to do an unboxing. And those are nice too because they don't take up a lot of room. So that's a nice thing about those figures is you can kind of find a spot for them. Oh, bang the camera there. I'm gonna keep that up. Yep. There we go. So Let's say, Fanty's they're retiring. Oh, that's too bad, Phantom Outsider. Yep, he's getting retired tomorrow. Oh, very sorry to hear that. Switch my microphone back to my regular microphone, but and this is an art uncensored range. Thank you. Yep. Oh, the cow was CGI. Says Brian. Yep. That's what the cow was. Yeah, they didn't kill a real cow for that. Yep. And let's see. Let me catch up on the comments here. And Putin says Shogun is the best show this season I watch. I don't watch everything. Yep. I did start to watch that with my better half, and she's got to. I didn't want to get ahead, but I did like that. We watched like the first 3 episodes. So, and the original Shogun I thought was fantastic too. So, have you watched that, the Geek, Mr. Geek and I? You watched
No.
Shogun? Yep.
No, it was one of those. I watched the original, and I don't know. It's not my cup of tea, I guess. I'm more excited for starting Tulsa King tonight.
Oh yeah, the new season's coming out. Yeah, so I haven't watched any of that. It looked good. Stallone, I always like Stallone. It's fantastic. Yeah, Stallone is great in it.
Yeah.
Now, what's the premise? He's a mobster out. Like he's on witness protection, or is that?
No, he's just he did his time. He didn't rat anybody out and did his time. Got out, and they're punishing him by sending him to Tulsa, Oklahoma, and he slowly takes over the town.
So he's still in the mafia then?
Yeah, he's the.
So he gets out, and they don't reward him for not squealing on anyone, and they
reward him by sending him to Tulsa.
Okay, and yeah, that was a setup. Okay, yep. And I can imagine. What was the first Netflix show that had Steven Van Zandt on it? That was one of the first big Netflix shows. And he was a mobster. Then they'd send him to Sweden or Scandinavian country, and it was the culture clash, right? With the New York mobster in Scandinavia. Yeah. So what was the name of that? What was that name of that show? Someone in the chat will get it before I can goggle it. But it was after I think it was actually before House of Cards. What the heck was that called? Let's see. What was that? Lilyhammer. That was it. Yep. So then he was, he was a mobster in hiding out there. That's where they sent him. So you get a lot of that with Stallone, like a fish out of water kind of stuff in the show in Tulsa Kings, or
yeah, and basically, the first thing that happens is he's got a driver that picks him up at the airport. And I think it's like the first episode, they drive past the dispensary and he's like, pull in there. And by the end of the episode, he's threatened the owner of the dispensary, and he's running it. He's running the pot scene in Tulsa.
Wow. And does he have anyone helping him, or is he just doing this on his own?
He's just doing it on his own, beating everybody up and not taking names, and it's just so good.
It's really good. Yep. Oh, and hail to Joe Dog. Hey, Joe Dog, thanks for stopping by the Sunday Night Geekery. Well, Fanty says, they haven't told me when, but I haven't gone in since August 6th. Tomorrow will be my 22nd anniversary of working. Well, hopefully you get taken care of there, Phantom, and get a good retirement package. I hope so. Yep.
You're going to get a Thor's Hammer pen set.
Yeah. And Brian says, I don't watch a lot of streaming and no Netflix. Yep. And Netflix has defied the odds too, I have to say. Everyone kept saying, they're gonna, Disney Plus is gonna, and Max and all the other streaming services are gonna, surpass them. But they've held in there, and I guess having their own shows. That was if they hadn't done anything original, I think they would have eventually gone under. But they've been pretty smart, I think, with their original shows, and then they got Cobra Kai was actually on YouTube originally, and that YouTube was starting like a Netflix like service. What was it called? YouTube Red, I think. And Cobra Kai was one of the shows that was on there. Then they moved it to Netflix once that YouTube Red went under. And but yeah, they've had some big hits on Netflix, and my wife is a Netflix addict, so she's always watching all the. I think most people are watching YouTube. YouTube had massive growth in streaming, right? I mean, does anyone watch other than sports? Maybe. I mean, in the news, I guess. I mean, regular TV is dying out. I think from everything I'm reading, how many people are dropping cable, and how do you consume your media, Geek and I?
I have a Roku, and I've had a Roku for it's probably. I have one of the original Rokus.
Okay.
And it's got to be at least.
It still works?
I can get some channels, but a lot of them are, it's out of updates, kind of like.
Yeah, it won't update anymore. Yeah.
Yeah, like an iPhone 3. But I was on a Roku. I joined Roku when I first saw it. I was like, wow.
Yeah, Roku's good.
I missed the boat on Netflix.
Let me interrupt you and just say good night to Maddie's daddy. Got to get up early tomorrow. Have a good night, everyone. Yep. So hopefully we can get you back on here soon, Steve, because we miss you. But yep, say hi to Maddie and have a great week. And get up early. Yep. So good luck at work tomorrow. Have a great week. Yep. So sorry I interrupted you on your Roku. So you've had Roku forever then, right? Yep.
Yeah, that's all I think the last time I had cable was I don't even remember. Gosh, it's so long ago.
Yeah, and I have everything in the house. I got an Apple TV, I have a Roku, I have a Fire TV. I had actually at one point had like some. I think I did have one of the original Google TVs or the Chromecast. I tried them all, but Roku has such a really nice interface. Apple TV's got that horrible controller. So when I switched over to fiber, and dump cable, they gave you a free Apple TV back. I don't think that you get these nice deals anymore, but you got a top of the line Apple TV for switching, and you got a 2 Eero base units. So like that's I was going to switch anyway, but yeah. So I got the Apple TV, and the Apple TV, Apple's always got to have this fancy dancy stuff. So there's almost no buttons on the controller, so you've got to use your finger on like a mouse pad and move your finger around.
I go over to my son-in-law's house, and he's got an Apple TV, and I'm like, dude, you control this because this is going to go through your window.
Yeah, the controller sucks on the Apple. Oh God! And then I was helping at one of the well, it's not an old, it's like an not assisted living, but senior living place, and I was helping with the AV there, and one of the guys insisted on getting an Apple TV. I'm like, Apple TV is going to be no good, and I hadn't actually used an Apple TV, but I heard the controller was that I used it for a few minutes, and then when I got one, I'm like, no, they actually had to take it out because the seniors are getting so frustrated because you get older, your dexterity is not there, and there's almost no buttons on the damn thing. So yeah,
I have a Roku's in all the rooms.
Yeah,
and I have a TiVo Stream in the living room. The TiVo Stream has a great interface.
TiVo is still in business?
Oh yeah.
I love my TiVo. I had 30 years ago, which wasn't that long ago. I had, or whatever the heck it was, I had the TiVo that could actually burn DVDs. I actually still have some shows, so that went away pretty quickly, I'm sure. But you could record a show and then burn it to DVD. I can't remember if there was any copy protection. Like, I don't know if you could do it with movies, or I don't know if they had any restrictions on it on the TiVo. But I do have some discs that were handwritten. You had to have, they were rewritable discs, and you could do. What else could you do? Yeah, I guess it was just, yeah, you just burn them, but I think it was SD though, right? Yeah, it was SD. It wasn't. It was before HD TV. But damn, that was a great. That was a great unit. So you buy it's. What do you pay for the TiVo? It's TiVo
just-
streaming or what?
Yeah, no, it's just a stream. It's a Roku that's made by TiVo. It's got the what is it? The Google. What do they call? What's the Google one called?
Google TV, I think. Or
Yeah. There it is up in the top.
oh, so did they get bought out or did they?
No, that's
So it's basic. It's still TiVo, right?
yeah.
Because TiVo had the best interface, I have to say, all time. Yeah.
And there's a picture of the interface right there.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, that's interface. Yep. Yeah, at one point I had some box or cards I was watching. Before they had these TiVos and boxes, I had built a multimedia PC, and you would buy a card from ATI that had a receiver in it. And I remember then I bought the first one that had the HD receiver, so you could get your broadcast over the air. And then they had TiVo. I think it was TiVo software or some kind of software. Maybe it wasn't TiVo, but it was like a TiVo where you could set up DVRs through your computer, and it would change a channel and record the.
I think was that
Record the
called
show.
HD Home Run?
Yeah, maybe that's what it was. HD Home Run, or it was Home Run maybe before the HD. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
that sounds that sounds like what it could be. So, but I had the TiVo that had the burner, but this was a great, because this was, and it was a hard drive recorder, one of the first hard drive recorders, so no VHS tape. So so here we go. So that's the new TiVo streamer. Yeah. So it's just like a Roku. Yeah, it plugs in the back. But
Yeah.
what do you subscribe to do they have like a special service, or it's just basically like a Roku now
It's just
with the TiVo?
yeah, it's just a streaming device.
Yeah, and does it let you? It doesn't let you record though, I guess, right?
No.
No, yeah. It's just it's like a Roku basically now.
Yeah, but the interface is
Yeah.
great, and all the free streaming channels. Basically, it's a Chromecast. Is what it is, and all of the free streaming channels, there is a guide. So you're not
So the guide is really good, right? Oh, so you go to the guide. Could you go to the TiVo guide and can you show me all the Star Trek shows that are on? It'll go through all the free stuff and.
Well, you can add them to your favorites, and it'll tell you when. It'll you can search that way, but it actually looks like the TiVo guide
Okay.
for
yeah,
all the
which is-
like Pluto TV has it
Yep.
now, but it's all in one, so you don't have to change apps. Is basically what they've done.
Oh, so you just a one-stop shop for all your
Right.
streaming. Yeah. And you probably can watch YouTube on it, I'm sure, too, or have apps or
Yeah.
like the other
everything.
streamers. Yeah. So I think this is the one I had or something. I had something. I still have it in the basement. Of course, I didn't throw it out. Might have been a Toshiba version, but yeah. So had the burner in here, and it didn't last. It didn't last long. I remember. I don't think the companies liked it that much that you could actually burn burn a DVD with it. Yeah. So, but I'd record like the kids shows, I'd record like, Barney or some silly stuff and record that. And then you could just keep playing it over and over. Of course, now with like YouTube TV, they have unlimited storage. Yep. Hey, B from Oma's here. Yep. Great to have you here, buddy. And Roku, yeah, yeah, because I just bought a Roku TV, and they're selling the I bought it for someone else. I was advising them, and I think it was one of them was a Himax too. It was the company HIMAX TV, but I guess they're licensing the Roku software.
Yeah.
And yeah, so I haven't used TiVo in years, but I remember they had the best of all time. They had the best interface, and then Roku was probably number 2. And like the Amazon Fire TV is such a pain to use. The interface on that, it was just frustrating. Yeah, so that's great to know. Yeah, so I'll check out the TiVo. Yeah, what has happened to TiVo? Yep. So Rovi acquired it. Yep. TiVo would merge. Yeah, they moved the antenna version of the TV Edge from their website. Okay, yeah, so that was great too. You could have a recorder for your over the air programs, which is great too. Like back, I don't know the average age of everyone here, but when you'd want to record the big game or something, then you had to set your VCR, and now you can just click the show, or like on YouTube TV I can say record everything in the NFL for me, and it's not recording it, it's just saving it to my favorites basically, or bookmarking it. So yeah, like say you like tennis, you're like, if you're a wrestling fan, you could say record every SmackDown for you. Boom, it's gonna get SmackDown every time. Yep. Oh, Brian has the Toshiba with the burner. Yeah, I wonder if I have the. I think I'm gonna look at my Amazon account. It might be the. It might be the same one. Yeah, but that thing's still working. Yeah, but you had to pay for the TiVo service to pay a monthly fee for their service. So
Yeah.
don't know. Yeah, last time I powered it up, it worked. Yep. And yeah, I do. Yeah, the Roku, the new Roku TV, the software was pretty good, or the speed was good, but I have a couple of older ones, and then it's so slow. And you can buy a Roku now for $30. And it's actually 4K, even a $30 Roku, and they work pretty darn good. I bought a few of them just to have on some extra. Like I have a TV in the basement. I'm like, I'm not going to buy the high end Roku for the basement, but yeah, it does work pretty good. Yep.
Well, I have in my living room a 55-inch, I think it's a Sanyo that I got free with a couch that I bought.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And that's still going strong. And I think in 2018, I entered a giveaway on Twitter from Roku for one of their streaming devices that has the 5.1 surround. And the next thing I know is there's a guy at my door dropping it off.
Oh, nice.
And it's got the sound bar and 2 satellites and a subwoofer. And
Wow.
this is amazing.
Oh, you won sound bar speakers too with it?
It's the sound bar with the Roku built into the sound bar.
Oh, okay, cool.
2 wireless satellite speakers and a wireless subwoofer.
That's a pretty nice win.
Yeah, and it sounds fantastic.
Nice, yeah.
So going back to that last comment was, where he says they buy a TV with a high-end TV with a Roku device. I'm going to get away from all-in-ones.
Yeah.
Because if something goes wrong with one of the components, now, I'd rather replace a $30 Roku than a.
Yeah. But you can always plug the Roku into that's what I did with one of my older TVs that had was a Fire TV, and it was so old. It's not even that old, like 5 years old, but the software, the CPU, I'm sure on the TV is, not much of a brain. So I just plugged the Roku into it and just bypassed the whole Fire TV, setup altogether. So
Yeah, but what happens when it becomes outdated? Like, I do have as great as it is, the sound bar, if
Yep.
I put on Netflix and start streaming something on Netflix, I don't know what it has to do with Netflix. I don't know if the quality and the buffering is so much, it'll crash the system.
Oh wow, that's crazy. Yeah, so that's why. But like, if you're just using a standalone Roku, you could always change that. Because you just go to that input. So, yeah, that's frustrating. Yeah, when you've got something that doesn't work, and it's probably they've upgraded the Netflix app, and the older device can't play the can't play it anymore. Or like I had an old iMac that I just used as a web browser, and Chrome will no longer update, and then half the stuff stops working.
Right.
And it was it's a 2010 iMac, so it's someone gave it to me, and I'm like, I'm just using this in the spare room just streaming Chrome. It was fine for Chrome and checking your email, but yeah, it's frustrating. I guess they do it for security, but yeah, it's it's a hassle when that stuff happens. Yeah. So it looks like I'm reading. Well, just got this up on the screen, but TiVo controls the sources on your home screen, and then so it sounds like it merges, like you said, everything together. So that's pretty interesting. Yeah, we'll check it out. Yeah. Always want something that's simpler to use. Yeah. So and TiVo, I always had good experiences with TiVo. So that's good to hear. They're still plugging away. And Putin's cat says he likes Legos. What are your favorite Legos, Putin's cat? You got to let us know. Yep. But yeah, Lego's doing pretty well now too. God, talking about an IP that's killing it. But with their use of IP, I mean, and I think during the pandemic too, everyone was looking for fun stuff to do at home, and all the adult sets for Lego. It's just it's crazy. Have you seen some of the wild Lego sets they have now for Lord of the Rings? Or
I just picked up a Harry Potter advent calendar.
there you go.
So I don't do Legos. I don't have the patience.
But what they've done now with Legos is, you mentioned Harry, but I thought you were going to get a massive one of these massive Lego Harry Potter sets. But let's see here. Select by theme. Oh, they have Fortnite. Oh, Fortnite. We'll look at that in a second. Where's Harry Potter here? It's probably in alphabetical order. Come on, they gotta have Harry Potter. Where am I not seeing it?
Down the bottom.
There we go. But I mean, there's some wild Harry Potter sets, like $259. There's the advent calendar. Yep, that's cool. Let's check that out. The Sean Estep sent me a fantastic advent calendar, so I'm going to be showing that every day. Yep. That looks really cool. So what does it have? Each day you open a packet, or
yeah, it's in the there's like a window in the door in the box, and it's got a packet of parts in it that you put together.
that's great. And then you could put it away and reuse it the next year, right?
I guess if you want to, if you still have it.
If you want to, yeah. That's pretty cool. I like that. Yeah. Maybe my
I think it was
daughter
like
might like
I
that.
think I got it for like 20-25 at Sam's Club.
Oh, that's a deal. Yeah, it's 44 on the Lego website. Yep. So look at the Lego. Let's look at the sets here. Let's do sort by price, high to low. That's always a fun way to do it. Yeah. Oh yeah, the new space sets. Yeah, I'd love to have some of those. I had one of the original sets from the 70s. I can't remember. Actually, I do. I still have it. Actually, I think I still have the box in my mom's house. But the set got all mixed in with the other sets. But she's got like a big box of Legos. But you can tell the space figures. I should pull the space figures out. But yeah, look at this Hogwarts Castle, almost $500.
Jeez.
I mean, it's beautiful. I mean, look how cool that is. Yeah.
What are the dimensions?
Let's see if they show it with a person next to it. It's got to be pretty massive.
The person's on the
Let's go.
stairway going upstairs. It's life size. It's 1-to-1 scale.
Yeah, 1-to-1, yeah. But it's usually sometimes they show a person building. Wow, look at all these details they've got in it. Hopefully my daughter won't ask for that for Christmas. Well, she lives in an apartment in New York, so has no room for that. But let's see what the oh yeah, well look how big. Yeah, here's a person with the. So it looks a couple feet wide, or at least 3 feet wide. Yeah, you're gonna need a nice big room for that. Yeah.
How many pieces?
Let's see how many pieces. Let's see. 6,000, only 6,020.
Oh, okay, good.
So pretty wild there. So almost $500 for that. But adults are going crazy with these. This is Gringotts Wizarding Bank. Look how cool that is. My wife is reading the Harry Potter books yet again. It's like she reads them over and over.
That one's 7,000 pieces.
Thank you. Look at that. Is a cool idea. I love that. A lot of figures in that one. Wow. You got your money. Oh, you can have it side by side, I guess, or up top. Yep. Wow.
And then the dog comes running by and knocks the table.
Yeah. You're like, no. Right. So yeah, all set set right here. Wow. Let's see. Yeah, 4,800 pieces. Yep. That's pretty darn cool.
Did you see that they were flying dragons over what is it, Harry Potter Land in Florida?
No, like
Yeah,
they made it like a drone dragon or like an actual.
I don't know. Looked like I thought I saw an X post that there's dragons in Florida.
Wow. Oh, Hogwarts Castle, the Great. Oh, that's just the Great Hall. Because let's see, refresh. Oh, so this is the whole castle here. You could buy just the Great Hall section. Oh, and then the castle and grounds. I guess that's a different. So if you're the ultimate collector, you have to buy both, right? Or that's a cheaper version, only $169. Yeah, yep. I mean, if you're into Harry Potter, this is pretty cool. Wow. But yeah, Lego was smart because they lost their patent, and they went for the IP. So, but really smart to do that, because then everyone, if you own the IP, so the Batman stuff. Like, let's look at what they have for Batman. Oh, look at that, the classic series Batmobile.
That's pretty neat.
Let's see, this one we've shown on the Geekery before, the Shadow Box that opens up. The animated series, that's pretty wild. I guess that's the Batman from the Dark Knight. The tumbler. Now, I bought the I do have the 89 Batmobile. I never bought the tumbler, and I'm worried it's going to go out of production. So the 89 Batmobile's out of production. And I bought the Batwing, or the Batwing, I guess, is out of production too now. I was doing a series of building that. I've got to get back to that. But let's check out this pre-order. Oh, damn you, Lego. It's looking good. Wow. I guess that would go nicely next to the '89 Batmobile, but yeah. And they know, right? Who's buying this? Like, not kids aren't buying this. This would be, an old geek like me would buy this. I mean, damn, that looks cool. Drag nabbit. It's fun to put these together too, but like I said, I still haven't finished the Batwing. Let's see if they would do Batwing. They're probably not going to show it as a discontinued item too, or they might. Let's see, can we show discontinued on the left here? Availability. Let's see. Oh, retired product. Sort by price, high to low, so it'll come up. Where's the? Well, anyway, it's not showing up, but I remember it was, the announcement, like, they retire certain sets. So, but yeah, let's see we got to have some Fantastic Four here. I mean, they don't. I guess once the Fantastic Four movie comes out, but let's see what they've got for Marvel. And it'll show the Lord of the Rings stuff is pretty cool too. But like this Avengers Tower is $500. Have you seen this one?
Wow.
Yeah. I think it's the tallest Lego set yet. I mean, don't get me wrong, I would love to have it, but where the hell would I put it? It's like I had enough trouble fitting Galactus into my house. Yeah, 5,200 pieces. Oh man, that is cool.
35. It's 3 feet tall.
Yeah, 3 feet tall. Hail to Not Pretending TV. Thanks for joining us on Sunday Night Geekery. Yeah. 35 inches tall. Yeah, that's pretty sweet. Yeah. Brian says the 89 was at the bottom before I scrolled up. Thank you. Yep. So yeah, look at all the characters you get with it. They can beat up Loki. And they go for shawarma. Yeah. And you get Kevin Feige too. I mean, yeah, I would love that, but God, I can't afford $500 on that. Let's see, refresh the screen here. My internet's been kind of wonky today. Yeah, Avengers Tower. Let's do price. Always do price high to low. And what do you see the Lord of the Rings stuff? Yep. Did I ever show you my CAD system, computer design, or and hail to Stephen Mack. Yep, doesn't look like Lego. Yep. Brian got the Spider-Man Star Wars Advent Calendar for the boys. Very nice. Yep, they're gonna love that. Yeah, Hulkbuster. That's cool. Look at the Daily Bugle. Now, like as a kid, like, God, I would like to put that together, but that would be like, what kid could put that together? And then you trash the set, probably. Playing with it like you should play with it.
Yeah, toys nowadays aren't for playing with.
Right?
They either go behind glass or stay in the box.
Because like my kids, I got them some really nice Star Wars sets and Indiana Jones sets, and I have the Yahtzee fighter plane at the end of Raiders, and like it's kind of like messed up. It's not broken, but like not put together well. And I'm like, Charlie, we got to put this back together someday. Or you can also go into Bricklink and buy any parts that are missing. Kind of do a restoration on it. But he played with it. He had a lot of fun with it. So it's missing. Well, I wouldn't say the pieces are missing, but they're probably like in his Lego box with like 5,000 other Lego pieces. So, but but the set is worth like a lot of money now as a set. Oh, you get Firestar. Oh, I love Firestar. I gotta have this. Oh, process CAD to CAM. Well, normally what I do when you're talking 3D design, normally what I do is I just find stuff on Thingiverse. You know, I've designed a few things and printed them. I used to use CAD Key, which is now Kubatech Key Creator. You know, talk about picking the wrong software 30 plus years ago. With AutoCAD, there was a choice between AutoCAD. Oh, God, I love that. That's cool. And we had a choice at work. We were going to either go AutoCAD or CAD Key, but CAD Key at the time actually had real 3D. Way back when, AutoCAD was more for architects and didn't have real 3D. It was flat, and then it had an isometric projection. So it really wasn't real 3D. And my dad, who was the designer engineer with me, wanted real 3D. So even though it was wireframe, there was no solid model, and years later they had solid modeling. So I used Kubatech, and now it became Key Creator, got bought out, and we haven't upgraded the license in a while. So, but using the old software to save money. But you can. There's so many free CAD software. There's so much free, like SketchUp is probably one of the more popular ones, or Blender, right? You mentioned Blender. I started tinkering around with Blender, but that's a steep learning curve to learn Blender and 3D modeling. So, some of the CAD principles I know are applicable, but it's kind of a different animal. Parametric modeling, where you're working, versus artistic work like Blender. So that's something I started to learn Blender, and I probably couldn't do anything again. I did a few designs in Blender, but typically what I do is find something on Thingiverse, or I've actually just subscribed to a new Patreon, and they've got some wild models. They've got some Star Trek models, and last month Wrath of Khan models. So I subbed when they had the Wrath of Khan stuff. What was the name of it? Let me see. It's get the right name. I'll pull it over on the screen here. Let's see, who was it? Come on, Patreon. Showing me all my. I'm trying to remember the name of the. There's so many, but there's a lot of great 3D modeling places out there where you can find free models or pay models. Let's see here. Wait. Scroll through and find this here. Whenever you look, it's probably going to be the bottom of the list as I'm going through. Yep. Come on.
I'd love to do if I was to do a Lego project, it would probably be a refit enterprise.
Yep, that would be an awesome one. I think Mega Bloks had one, an enterprise. I don't know if they had the refit. Trying to remember. Let's see. Where am I signed in here? Why is this not showing me what I think it was Wicked 3D was the name of it. Let's see. Let me find it here. Is it Wicked?
Be careful.
Yeah, you gotta be careful when you put 3D or something, and that's why I'm doing it off the screen, because it's can get dangerous, right? If you do the wrong.
I was thinking about the word wicked.
Yeah. Yeah, whenever you do a search, yeah. Oh, here it is. Finally, here, Guardians of the Galaxy. Here's one. Yeah, it's actually Wicked, but it's actually. Let me find the. Let me go here. Let me go into guest mode here. Sorry, it's taking so long, everyone, but let's see. Let me pull these guys over, because so this is let me put their link in the chat here. And I just became not a sponsor, but subscribe to them. And great 3D models. I started doing a Fantastic Four model. So yeah, so it's $10 a month, and then the longer you stay in with them, you keep getting more and more back models. And then they also have like a welcome pack. You get a ton of models as a welcome pack. But you can just see how cool these are. So there's a really cool Fantastic Four diorama that I started printing. Sue Storm didn't print okay. She started to turn invisible, but so I'm trying to get her printed correctly. Yeah. But yeah, so this is. We scroll down to the yeah, and they give you a Google Drive link, so you can link them. Everyone gets linked to your Google Drive. Check out Black Cat there. So I'm trying to see where. Let's scroll down quickly. Horror movies, Onslaught, Gamora, and all these horror movies. I'm just trying to get down to see how many models they have. It's wild, but wanted to get to here we go. So the Wrath of Khan collection. I didn't like their version of the Enterprise. Some of them were, just the lines they have here. I don't know. I'll probably try to print it anyway. But then they have a just something about the ship is striking me weird with the lines they got there and the way they raised it like that. You can print the phaser.
If you don't like it, you can. There's always somebody you can send it to.
Yep, or you just find another model too. Yep. But yeah, because you can get the Wrath of Khan phaser, the communicator. You can print these props, and they actually made some corrections too. So people mentioned things like, "Oh, this is off and this is off," and then they went back and fixed things. So I'm trying to see where and then they had some great statues of Kirk and Spock from Wrath of Khan. Like, yeah, because you don't have it shouldn't be extended out like that. But for $10 a month, you're getting quite a bit of stuff. Yeah, so they had these busts here and full scale figures. So I got to print these up and then paint them up. The painting always takes. That's what takes a lot of time. Yep. Oh, JT, yeah, we've actually licensed SolidWorks. But then my dad didn't like using it, so we went back to CAD Key. We bought it, and so I did learn a little bit of SolidWorks. And he would never take the training class. Like, you got to go for a couple of days. Like, you get a free training class. He would never do it. So, yeah. So here's more of the Star Trek collection here. But I think once you learn the basics of 3D modeling, or it's different, engineering CAD versus, the 3D, artistic stuff, or, there's an art to it, but solid modeling, products versus, sculpting like this, the dimensions aren't critical in something like this. It's just got to look good. That's a pretty nice likeness, though.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I'm all over this for $10 a month. I'm gonna support these guys, and you get a huge back catalog of 3D models, which is amazing. So as soon as I print that Fantastic Four set, like they had these great Namor, and it actually looks like the original Namor there. That's kind of cool. And you can get a decent 3D printer now for $200. I mean, and you can get a $300. Resin printers. I just bought a resin printer. Well, it's been maybe like a year. I've had the resin printer, and definitely more of a learning curve and more difficulty printing with resin. But beautiful details of the resin. The solid modeling is probably a lot easier with the FDM, where it's melting the plastic and shooting it out. But resin, you get all these high quality details. So if you're printing stuff like this, then like I can't wait to print my Agatha Harkness. When that Agatha All Along, when does that open? Come out in a couple days. Oh, this is the one that I got, and I asked them. I said, "Oh, I want this diorama," and they sent it to me for free. The models for free. So this is gonna be a cool one to print. Yeah. They did a nice paint job there too, making that Ben, going partially invisible there. So I just started printing Sue, and her top part didn't come out so well. It started getting messed up. Yep. Wow, they did really. I wonder how they did that with the clear. Did they print that part in clear plastic or?
It's pretty neat.
Yeah, it took hours and hours to paint, I'm sure, but yeah, it's a pretty cool diorama there. Yeah. Very cool, yeah. And Putin thinks, it says the 18th. I think Agatha will be good if it's like WandaVision. Yeah. Agatha Harkness is just an old lady to me, not from the Fantastic Four. It's just I don't know, just they're going the comedy route too. Agatha Harkness was such a serious character in the comics. So, but any interest in watching Agatha All Along?
Maybe I don't. I don't have Disney Plus, so
Yeah.
it's gonna get. It'll be tough. Let's say I'll have to watch it after it airs.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, just watching the previews, it almost looks like it's a Sabrina the Teenage Witch kind of vibe to it. So I don't know. Yeah, maybe. If you like that stuff, Agatha Harkness was just the scary, kick-ass witch in the FF books, and you didn't know she was too, right? In the beginning, it was she's just babysitting the kids. But yeah, we'll see. This one has some stars. Yep. Patty Lupon. Yep. Hey, Matthew Pounder. Good morning on the other side of the world. Glad to have you here, Matthew. So, well, here, let's finish up the Lego stuff. Lego enabling. I don't think I'm enabling many people tonight with these prices on these Legos, but look at this Rivendell, $500. But it's amazing. I mean, that's just incredible. If I had like a man cave room or something, with lots of tables, or if you wanted to do a whole, if Lord of the Rings was your thing. I mean, this is gorgeous. It's just really incredible. Yeah. That's just super, super awesome. Wow. Damn, that's nice.
Now, can you go back and search all of them? Price everything on this website, low to high or high to low.
Let me see. Yeah, let me try
see
that.
what the most expensive set is.
I'm definitely going to check that out. Yeah. Oh, you get Bilbo, Frodo, Boromir. The top 10 biggest Lego sets ever. Okay, so this is one of them, I guess. Let's see. Eiffel Tower, of course. And Lego Art World. Well, that's a map. Yeah, that Eiffel Tower is massive. Yeah. 60 inches high. Yep. Tallest Lego set to date. 629. Yep. Oh, the Titanic. 53 inches long. That's pretty darn big. Yep. Well, that's still for sale too, man. Wonder if Leonardo DiCaprio got one. Does it come with a removable door that you can't float on? But, the Coliseum. I was in Rome and I wanted to buy this. I saw the Coliseum. Yeah, 9,036 pieces. Yep. The more the model was perfected, the more pieces went into it. Oh, it says no longer available for purchase. So I was actually in Rome in 2022, and wow, that was when you see the Coliseum, it's truly, truly amazing. And a lot of it has fallen down. I mean, a lot of it has survived, obviously, but this is the original size of it around. Earthquakes actually took down this, these levels on the side. But you go in it, it's just massive, and they've opened up the lower levels too. You can see the elevators and how they brought the animals up for the gladiators to fight, and all the cages down below, and they had a mechanical elevator that slaves would turn the wheels, obviously, and bring up the animals.
Can't say that.
Wow.
It's prisoners with jobs.
Oh, yep. Sorry. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I think it was interesting too. Was they said gladiators didn't fight to the death all the time. You think it was always a fight to the death. They said no, because they were too valuable. So they didn't always fight to the death because there was a lot invested in them. So that's what the tour guides were telling us. But yeah, just one of the incredible designs. Yeah. Although the huge, the Millennium Falcon, you have 7,500 pieces. 850. I think that's the highest one yet, right? Oh, that's on it's on back order. Yep. The at. Oh god, yeah, I remember looking at this one. 25 inches high. Yep. 850.
That can't. How tall is that?
60. 20. It's 24 inches. Yep. 2 feet high. Yep.
I got one laying down in the closet over here.
Well, they have a bunch of different versions.
It can't be the same one.
Did you pay $850?
I didn't pay nothing. From one of my psycho children bought it.
Well, they must be doing pretty well in their jobs if they got the $850 one. But they've had multiple versions. But
okay,
this one is what does it? Let's see. It has information plaque for display and can be opened up to reveal the detailed interior filled with Easter eggs. The main body has space for up to 40 minifigs, with 9 included in the set.
I guess not.
Well, they better get their act together and win the lottery, and get Dad this version. Yep. The Razor Crest, which is since blown up, 28 inches long. Yep. Detailed laser crest set. Yep. And how much is that? $600. Rivendell, which we were just looking at, 500. Ninjago Market. Yep. Or I guess you could buy all the sets and put them together. Wow. Hogwarts Castle, of course. Yep. Which you looked at. Wow. And of course, they've got, let's look at Barad-dûr. Oh, and JT Kirk says, yeah, Blue Bricks has a Star Trek license. Okay, we'll check them out next. Yep. So Barad-dûr, oh man. We need this. I need this for a nightlight. I can't sleep at night. I'm gonna put this on my dresser, and we can use the Sauron's eye as a nightlight.
Put it on your bedside table and it's a reading lamp.
Right? Plantier Stone. Wow. It's a good time to be a collector, right? Better time to be an incredibly rich collector, but
Yeah.
you've got so many options with action figures and toys and everything these days, whereas back in the day we had Migos, and then they had the Secret Wars figures. But yeah, they were pretty slim. You had, the Marx figures that were, just not movable joints on the Marvel figures. I have that set. But yeah, there weren't a ton of action figures. It was just Mego was the only game in town as a kid, basically, and maybe there's some Spider-Man stuff I remember, but not all the. You can get pretty much every IP that you want right now. Oh, there's Pac-Man, and we're looking at that before. All right, so let's do we'll do shop, and then price range. Let's see, over 100. But let's see if we can do price high to low. Was that Beetlejuice? Oh, Night Before Christmas. Oh yeah, and the Jaws set. Look at this. How awesome this is. This is on back order with Bruce. Yep. Oh man, how cool is this? Does it come with an exploding oxygen tank? We're gonna need a bigger boat. I mean, if you're a Jaws fan, you gotta have it, right? I mean,
Yeah.
only $150. Oh god. Typically, what I do, sometimes I get some Amazon gift cards for my kids or mom or grandma, So then that's what I'll usually get at least one Lego set for the holiday. But I'm debating which, like, I love that Jaws. But, it's like you can only pick one. What do you get? All right, so let's do price high to low here. Okay, so $850 get you the Out of the Falcon, Identity and Landscape kit, but I guess that's just random pieces. That's almost $800. Well, look at that crawler. That's awesome. So connectors kit, that's I guess if you're a big time builder. Last Republic Cruiser. Yeah, so these are all, and the other thing too, that they become collector's items. They don't want to put them together either. And I was reading about some places, some of these Lego stores were getting broken into, and they were stealing all the sets because they're so valuable, right? So you could just steal them, and they were reselling them. And how are you going to trace them, right? So. Brian has that Razor Crest. See, that looked gorgeous, that Razor Crest. Yep, you get locked in, and then they blew up the thing on the show months before you got it. Yeah, I remember watching, I think, Retro Blast, and a bunch of people did videos of that, and you're waiting for the Razor Crest, and then they blew it up on the show. And then the replacement, the Mandalorian, having just that little fighter is just ridiculous. I mean, he should have a big big ship, and then you could have the fighter attached to it or towing it, or like they did in the prequels. We had the the warp feature attached to it, but it's how does a Mandalorian fit in that? Just travel in that little Naboo fighter. That's a little ridiculous. But the Razor Crest grew on you. Like, it was not a good looking ship, but it became a character on the show. And I was pissed when they blew it up, or they could have just found you could have found. Wish they'd had him find a replacement or something similar that he could have used. So, did you watch Mandalorian at all, or?
Oh yeah. I wasn't. I kind of punched out when Luke came in.
Yeah.
I get
second
tired
season?
of the dangling keys. Oh, remember this? I'm not into member berries. Write something new.
I did love that scene when Luke came on in the end of the first season or the second season.
Second.
So that was the second. Okay, that was a beautiful scene. But that's what we should have gotten in new Star Wars and the sequels. We should have gotten Luke as a kick-ass character, and then you can hand the baton to the next generation at the end of the last movie. But for him to be such a broken character was heinous. I mean, you can't blame Mark Hamill for it, but God, and you could, in some of his interviews, he talked about it. Yep. But oh, they have a new Razor Crest in the preview for the Mando and Grogu movie. Zeb is flying it. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, they got to bring the Razor Crest back, or Razor Crest 2, or if the original was built out of Legos, it was much easier to repair. Hey, Jill is here. Great, thanks for stopping by, Jill. Yeah, and Jill was actually on with the Critical Drinker, and someone I've met, Laura Banks, who was the navigator in Wrath of Khan. And funny story, her website was down, and actually Jill had posted, I'd missed the show, the posting for the show, but said her website was down. I actually set up her website maybe 10 years ago, and so it was funny. So then I got in touch with Laura again. So her website is up. So here's Laura Banks' website, and I helped her set it up initially. So she's got a new book called The Wrath of Blonde, Making of Star Trek II, Other Wild Hollywood Adventures, and as an Amazon in Outer Space. So she's a lot of fun. Laura's great. And she actually, I was doing websites for, for people in consulting and back in the day. And it was a friend. She was a friend of a friend. And she called me up and said, "Oh, you probably wouldn't know me, I was in some, small movies, and I was also in Wrath of Khan." And I'm like, "Don't take this the wrong way, but your poster is on my wall. The picture. I've got, a ton of Star Trek stuff. Obviously, everyone's seen in my room. So I had her over to the house, and actually, she came to the house in my office, and it wasn't as crowded as it is." We couldn't fit. I don't think I can fit 2 people in my office now. I keep adding stuff or added more furniture, but so she came over here and signed a couple of things, and we did all the website into the work, and then we go, okay, now we're off the clock. Now we're gonna talk Star Trek for a while, and yeah, so it was fun to have her here and sign a few things, and she's really nice. And yeah, check the link. I'll put the link in for her book there. But that's some of the movies she was in. So yeah, I linked up with her again and got her website back online. So, but yeah, so she's been to conventions, and I'm gonna have her on the show here too, down the road probably. But yeah, want more Star Trek? Click here. Let's see. Is this? Let's see, Star Trek link there. Let's go. Oh, did that? There we go. Let's see, put the link for her book in here. And you can get an autographed copy too. Yep. So here we go. Copy link address, and let me put this in. Where's my? Yeah, so I haven't watched the whole episode yet. Jill, she mentioned how nice you were to me. Yep. So I was talking about it. I'm like, oh, I haven't seen the whole thing yet, but she's a lot of fun. And that was one of the things when I saw she had the book, I'm like, oh, I should ask her to come on Saturday Night Star Trek or do a special show, and kicking myself because she and Clobberin Times would have had had a lot of fun hanging out together. But yeah, so there's her link, and I highly recommend her book. Yep. So and then she's got an interview with William Shatner here too. So let me copy that and put that in the link here. Yep. I gotta listen to that too. So yeah, it was fun. So I've actually, I'm looking at now. I have Star Trek Space Seed. I've got that poster used to be in the basement, so I've got Ricardo Montalban staring at me from Space Seed and from Wrath of Khan, autographed plaques. So, but yeah, it's a small world. Yep. So I don't know if I told you. You'd heard this story, but I've told this many times. I got to go to the world premiere of Wrath of Khan, which is a fundraiser for our little local Catholic school, because the head of Paramount, Gary Nardino, his niece went to our school. So we got Leonard Nimoy, and I was just last week, I was, with Star Trek Day, I was showing some of the memorabilia I had from that, the posters and tickets that are signed by Leonard Nimoy. And yeah, that was a highlight. That was a highlight. Yeah. highlight, yeah, of one of the big things I remember. Yep. Yeah, he would have loved. Yeah, it's just I'm kicking myself because I should have. You know, you always have regrets and things that you should have done, and that was something I should have reached out to her earlier and yeah, had her on. That would have been a fun show. Yeah, and she's a lot of fun, and she doesn't mind going, and she loves going into details with the fans too. So she's you know, some people, oh, you know, have to talk about this again, or she loved going. She said she loved being interviewed by everyone on that show because could go into all the details and talk about everything in depth instead of, you know, having like a 30-second sound bite. So that's really fun on YouTube too, to be able to do that kind of stuff. Yeah. So let's see. Let me grab. Oh, let's check out that Star Trek Lego. That was who was that? That was Blue Bricks, right? I'm gonna search that off the screen because Blue Bricks could, if I type the wrong thing, that could be bad. Blue Bricks. Let me check. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I'm gonna keep this family friendly here. Yep. But everyone check out Laura's website and book. Yep. You use cookies. I want to eat cookies, not use cookies. Look at that Stargate. Wow. That's very cool. So let's check out their Star Trek stuff. Yeah. RoboCop. So let's see here. Do they have assortment? Let's see. By theme. Is this a German company? Let's see. Space. So they have. Seems like this is. I'm getting the feeling this is like a translated website. Oh, brands here. Maybe brands. They have a Delta Flyer there. Well, why don't I just use the old-fashioned search? Let's do Star Trek. Well, I've assumed it would be. Deep Space Nine. They've got they got the Voyager. We've got the Defiant. Oh, Galileo 7. You've got the NX-01. Oh, these guys are fun. Yeah, the little mini figures. Yep. Excelsior. Yeah, the prices aren't bad here. The Botany Bay. Let's see. So where's the? I guess these are really tiny ships. So let's see. Can we do price? Let's see. High to low, maybe. That's the cheapest. See if we go other way. Let's see. Ready room painting. Oh, that's cool. So where's the regular Enterprise? Let's see. Here we go. No bloody A, B, C, or D. So this is 110 euros. He has Hail Zathras. Yeah, blue neck. Yep. Yeah, that was Raquel went crazy when the Smithsonian they did the paint scheme and they you know analyzed all the paint and then they had a blue neck and Raquel didn't like that had a blue neck on the Enterprise, but that's what the Smithsonian found out. So I'm not going to argue with the Smithsonian, but so I guess they got the Star Trek light. I like this. The only thing I don't like is the gaps in between the panels there. I guess they just grabbed those pieces and there's a lot of gaps there. I mean, it looks cool. It's fun, but what do you think of that? Kind of gappy there, right?
Yeah, it's a little weird, but hey, I mean, it's $122.
Yep.
Better
It's
than
pretty big too.
700.
Yeah, so JT is saying, oh, it's 32 inches. Oh, so it's massive actually. Wow. That's pretty darn big, yeah. And hail to Polly's minion and the pepperoni, yep. And Joe likes it better than Mega Blocks, yep. Yeah, I like the nacelles. These are awesome. The nacelles are really good. It's just that gap. It's look almost like they didn't push down on these two pieces here. It's like, hey, you forgot to push down there. It probably look that big too. It probably looks really good. So let's see here. Yeah, it seems is this German. Yeah, Germans love Star Trek and David Hasselhoff. Let's see the Ready Room painting. I like that. That's damn cool. Gotta go. I wonder, do they ship here, or do we have to go to Europe to get this? We got the Delta Flyer. Tom Paris is still trying to win the race. I guess it's defined here. How big is this NX-01? Let's see. So 527 millimeters. Well, that's pretty darn big. God, it would be cool if they had the refit version. Looks nice, yep. And Zathras loves ample nacelles, yep. Tom Paris can crash and it'll be fine next week, yep. Onapa's Minion did a diamond paint of the Enterprise. Very nice, yeah. And 527 is 20 inches, yep. Well, I did have that mashup I did. I played that with Grease Lightning, Tom Paris, when he had the race there, yep. Deep Space Nine, that would be a fun one. That looks really nice, yeah. It's on sale for 100.
Borg cube?
Nope, the DS9.
Well, I think there was a Borg cube there. What did it have?
Check it out, yeah.
6 pieces.
Let me check it. Let's check. Yeah. Oh yeah, here we go. How big is that one? Not as big. The cube's not too big. That looks good too. Of course, that's a simple model. Yep. Currently out of stock. Yeah. A tricorder. Yeah. So let me put this website in so everyone can check this Blue Bricks out. Yep. Yeah, I'm enabling as usual, Rob. Yep. I'd love to do that. Yep. But don't buy anything unless you can afford it. Yep. But if you can't, who cares? It's Star Trek, right?
And if you can, buy 2 and send 1 to me.
Yeah. Wow, this is 600 millimeters long. Wow. The E, yeah. I did like as much as the D kind of grows on you, the later E and the F I did really like. And I do like that new ship from Picard. I do like the design of that. They went to the that retro Constellation ship. I think they did a nice job with the design. I wasn't a huge fan of the series, but the ship work was excellent, and at least they had brought back all the old ships, and they had the NX-01 refit actually in one of the episodes when they were showing around the space station. I'm a big fan of that one. So, the Star Trek V series. Let's see here. Oh, that's cool.
Well, Mark, I got to clock in early tomorrow morning, so
yeah.
If you don't mind, I'm going to punch out.
Oh, no problem. Do you have anything coming up this week? Or I'm probably not going to go too much longer anyway, but why don't you punch out so you can get because I usually end up doing, I say I'm winding down, then I ended up doing another 20 minutes. So famous last words. What, you got anything coming up in the future to talk about?
Well, the future holds probably the next live stream will be the return of Federation Friday. We're doing Menagerie Part 2, but that's not until October 4. So I'm still setting things up, and I got to put my capture cards in here together. Everything is still a work in progress in the studio. So
We'll say hello to Jill. Jill just popped in. Hail to Jill.
Hello.
Great to have you, Jill. And I don't know if you've been on with the Geek and I before, or
I don't think I have. It's good to meet you.
Same here. Same here.
Goodness.
yeah. So Federation Friday, the last show you did was it 5 months ago or several months
Yeah,
ago? I
it
guess,
was,
right?
it was like 4 or 5 months ago. It was. We left you on a cliffhanger. Menagerie Part
Yep.
1.
Oh, I got to find out how it ends. Yeah. But
So-
no, I really appreciate you being here. Everyone, check out the Geek and Eyes channel, and you'll be sounds like you'll be streaming more in the recent future, right?
Yeah, and now
Awesome.
that Sister Wives is back on Sundays, I might get to join you a little bit more.
Oh, good. No. So your better half is watching a TV show on Sunday
Yeah,
night, then,
she's hooked on Sister Wives.
and you're not?
No.
Well,
Well, I'm glad
I
that-
can't believe I wasn't subscribed. I just did.
There you go. So,
Appreciate
well,
that.
thank you for thank you very much for being here and popping in tonight, John. And of course, you've got the link every week, so you're always welcome. So glad you got to spend some time with us tonight. Everyone, check out the Geek and Eyes channel, and look forward to Federation Fridays. Now, Friday nights are usually my spend time with my much better half night. So usually I don't do. Once in a while I'll do a show, but usually or she's going out. With her friends, but typically Friday nights are our night to hang out together. So
Yeah, and I went to the Retro Expo here in the Dallas area a few months back and ran into Vic, and he's basically all but confirmed to be on a couple of episodes of Federation Friday, talking about his favorite episodes and stuff. So,
great, that'd be
Yeah.
awesome. Yeah, nice. Yep, that's awesome. Yep. All right, well, have a great rest of the week, and look forward to seeing you soon. And I'll be taking a hiatus for the next couple of weeks, as I'm going to be traveling. But so there won't be. I know everyone's going to be. Hopefully, everyone will be very disappointed. But no Marc D streaming for a couple of weeks. But I'll be back. But so I won't be around the next few weeks. But it was great catching up with you tonight, John.
Yeah, thanks, Mark. Thanks, Jill. Nice to meet you, and thank you to everybody in the chat for participating tonight. Really appreciate it, and we will see you soon. Have a good night, everybody.
Take care.
Good night.
And he's got the Wreath-A-Con all set for Christmas, which is awesome. Yep,
Yeah, he's ready early.
ready early. Yep. Well,
I
Halloween
need-
stuff is out now.
Right, I need to decorate my house for Halloween. I don't know what my theme is yet, so
You
I've
always
got to
pick a
figure
theme?
that out. Well, not always, but my mom's been making me have themes, and last year, actually, she made me a horda, out of some kind of foamy stuff, and it was amazing.
Oh, that's cool.
So she's kind of she's doing it for the grandkids, but if she's making the Star
awesome.
Trek theme, obviously it was for me too. It
That's
was
really
pretty
cool.
awesome. So she encourages me to get it together.
Yeah, that's pretty special, I think. Yep. Oh, as you were saying here before, Doug Drexler, they worked on the design for the show, even though they took their name off the credits, so they didn't have Doug Drexler's name on. Or there was a controversy over it, or what?
I don't know if there was a controversy over it. They won't say precisely why their names aren't on the credits, but possibly. I know when he talked to. I mean, there's possibly some kind of controversy we don't even know about. Maybe we'll find out one day. But when he talked to the Shuttle Pod show with the actors from Enterprise, he said that he was disenfranchised, and he would say something like, when he would say, "No, the Enterprise isn't that big; it's this big," and the design director or whatever said, would shut him down a lot about some things that he would suggest.
Interesting. Yeah, I watched part of that show. I didn't. Sometimes you don't make it through a show, and then you're like, "Oh, I got to go back to that." But he was talking about didn't he talk about the refit NX-01 on that
He
show?
talked about that too, definitely.
That's one of my all-time favorite favorite designs. Just love
Yeah,
that.
but when they showed it on Picard, it's like this teeny tiny little thing.
Yeah.
Way over there. It's way back there.
I know. I mean, you could see it, so you're like, "Oh, this is awesome!" But it's such a great design. So I have a model that Sean Esep sent me that I got to build, and you can do either the refit or the regular. And I actually have two of those kits. I'll probably do one regular, one refit. But it's just such a great iteration too, and we're big fans of the show, so it was nice to see that. That would have been maybe the 5th season or 6th season, or maybe they could have had that like the last episode, showing the refit or whatever, and they're going on more missions, or because it just looked.
Yeah, that would be great.
Because it looks so. Yeah, let me show it again. Because and that was one of the first things I remember talking to Eric Kay. I'm like, oh, can you show on Clobbering Times? Can you show? I think they did in Defensive Enterprise, and they were talking about it. I'm like, oh, this is such a cool ship. And eventually, I got Clobbering Time. Didn't get him, but I asked him to show it. Show it on the screen. And that was before I was ever on the show. But I'm like, oh, they're showing it. And it's so cool. Like. Because it's such a cool. Here, let me put this on the screen here. This is one of my favorite images.
It really would have been great to see it in real Star Trek when they were still making it, but Les Moonves had different plans.
Unfortunately, yeah. So I'll make this. Let's see if I click. Let's show me this, and yeah, that's pretty big there. That's just a gorgeous image, and yeah, they had still 2 deflector dishes. That's okay, but it's perfect too. And Doug Drexler, who designed the ship, had that in mind too. So it's the ship looks good without the refit, but then you look at it, you're like, oh, that's the top half. It's a saucer. And it's just such a great iteration showing an evolution of a ship. It's just so smart, just a brilliant design. And I did buy the this for the Eagle Moss refit model. I think that's the only Eagle Moss I own. But because the ship, it's a NX, it's a interesting ship, and you grow to really like it, but it's just missing that bottom part. And then when they did this refit, you're like, wow, yeah. Oh, and JT says the nacelles are super fragile, especially the refit nacelles with the pointy domes. Now I'm probably going to drop it. Yeah. But
that's a good warning.
Good warning, though. Like, oh yeah. See the dome here. Yep. Thank you. Yeah. The little points there. Yep. Well, that's a nice job with that model. Yeah. So that was so funny that you were on with Laura. Not funny, but that I actually met her before.
It was funny.
Yeah, that part was funny, and I saw you post it. I was like, and then her website. And she mentioned her website was down. I guess because she wanted to sell some books. Which
of course,
because
right? She was on for an interview, and we were going to tell people to go to her website and order autographed copies from her, her contact page. But we couldn't. Yeah, we couldn't do that because it was down. Or we could have shown some of that off, and it would have helped us ask more questions and everything.
Yeah. So that was, and if I'd sometimes you don't always see the Twitter stuff, so I didn't know that was on. Of course, I was at work, but I probably would have popped in and said, "Call me on the phone. I can get your website up in 5 minutes." So yeah, it was.
That would have been amazing to do that live.
Stuff. You do that live, like because I hadn't talked to Laura in maybe 5 years or something, or 6 years. Since she learned how to do this website herself, and hadn't had any problems. So of course, but she was super excited. A lot of people watched that interview, and Critical Drinker, she's like, that guy was really fun. I'm like, yeah, he's a great YouTuber. So that was she said she had really enjoyed that interview when I talked to her. I haven't had a chance, like I said before, to watch the whole.
I tried to be cool, but I don't know if I succeeded because being on with the rock star. Yeah,
Yeah. How did Critical Drink? Is he friends with the host, or how did
he
how
is.
did Critical?
He's friends with the host. Not just friends, but they've actually met together. They have drinks
Okay.
together, I guess, on occasion. I don't know if it's been
Okay.
more than once, but at least once.
Okay. Yeah.
So they're friends.
They're friends in real
Obviously,
life.
since it
Yeah.
was an interview and we were focused on talking to Laura, I didn't really get to talk to him, but it was cool being on with him.
No, that was that was awesome. Yeah.
It was like a dream.
Yeah. I'm like, and then I'm like, with the Critical Drinker, I'm like, that's awesome. Jill got on with the Critical Drinker, and then you were surprised too in the beginning. That they put you on, or you thought you were coming on later. You said, or
He told me that they didn't that he didn't want to crowd Laura or like surround her. No.
Yeah.
So then he was going to put me on later, and then he brought me on early. So that was fun.
Yeah, well, that was it. You're like,
But
oh,
it
you
was-
brought me on already. Yeah.
But the drinker, he's so much more advanced than I am, so he has a much higher energy and quicker pace. So I just basically watched him work for a while and tried to jump in when I could.
I'm sure you were awesome, but yeah, I mean, he's don't sell yourself short, but yeah, he's one of the grades, right? So it's tough to, it's tough when you're, not that you're awestruck, but you're like, uh, you're like, oh God, I'm with a Critical Drinker, and then you eventually realize it's just another normal person, right? And just like anyone else, except extremely talented, of course. But I hear
Well,
you.
and
too, yeah.
exactly, and I'm glad he decided to leave his glasses on. It might have been harder. I don't know.
Yeah. But yeah, like the first time I was on with Doomcock,
Mhm.
I was like, your heart's racing and you're all nervous, and you're like, then after a while, not that, it's just like being on with everyone else, and he's super friendly and nice, and it's
Oh,
something that's really
definitely.
fun. Yeah.
That was the
Yeah.
same thing for me. My heart was racing with Doomcock, and for more because he's my friend, and I didn't want to let him down. With the drinker, I did. I think I was nervous, but my heart didn't race. I was okay. Oh, JT Kirk wants a link to the stream.
Oh
I can
yeah, I
get
should have
that.
put that in. Yeah, if you could throw that in.
Yeah, I've
I
got
have
it.
it, but
I've
you
got it.
probably find it faster than I can, because
Well,
you're the
only because
communications officer.
Well, it's only because I've got it on my. I put it every time I make an appearance somewhere. I put it in my playlist. With
That's
my
very smart,
appearances.
I have to say.
I stole the idea from somebody. I forget who.
That's a great idea. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, because some of the shows I've been on, I'm forgetting who. Not shouldn't say forgetting, but trying to remember who's. You're like, oh, it was on with so and so, or I guess could you search your channel name, but then all your stuff is going to come up first, I guess, right? Oh, Courtney. No worries, no worries. Always open door policy at Sunday Night Geekery. Yep. So here we go. Here's the stream that Laura Banks was on. Yep. So I talked to her, and so I'm going to have her on the show when I get back, or maybe a couple months from now, because she just did this other interview. But so I've got her. If not, I can't make that joke. Then shut down our website. Just kidding. No, Laura, I wouldn't do that. Yeah,
That's
no,
one way
I'm
to
not
get
gonna-
her attention.
You wanna? No, she said she'd come on. Yeah, no, she loves talking to the fans, and yeah. So, but and Courtney can't stay, but listen. Thank you so much, Courtney, and I hope you have a great week. Yeah, and of course, my whole story with Wrath of Khan, I'd told her, and but it's like she's been in this room here too. I should have taken I should have taken like a selfie with her, a picture of her with some of my
Yes.
Star Trek stuff. I didn't even, but you don't want to like geek out too much. But I was joking with her, like, yeah, you got to watch out for us Star Trek geeks and nerds. It's because she does like sci-fi and what did she say one of her favorite movies was?
Her favorite movie. Do you remember?
I'm trying to remember now. It was a sci-fi, wasn't it, or was it a genre movie?
No, well, I don't know if it's her favorite movie. We only know for sure that's her favorite science fiction movie, and that's Blade Runner.
Blade Runner. Yeah, yeah. And you asked her if Deck was a replica, and she said, "I'd prefer not to answer." She said and she was smart. Like, I want to get into that controversy. Where's Captain Infinity?
Yeah, she didn't want to mess with it. I just had to ask though.
Yeah, no, it was a good question. Yeah. But yeah, no, she's a lot of fun. She's done a lot of work, and she's stand up comedian. So yeah, it's just a small world stuff. Like, she's on, of all the people, but not, to be on with you. So I was telling her that actually, got to meet you, unfortunately, with Mike's passing, but got to meet you in real life. So I know you do exist, not just on the
True.
interwebs. But
Yeah, you saw me in 3D instead of 2D, and so that's
yeah,
the thing. It was unfortunate circumstances that we met, but it was good too. There
it
were
was a
things from it.
good time. Yeah, it was a good. There were good times amongst the bad. So, but yeah, so that was when I saw that, I was it was interesting. So, and of course, Wrath of Khan, I always keep saying I'm going to do like my Wrath of Khan show, just go stack up all my memorabilia from Wrath of Khan and just go through it all, because I've got so much Wrath of Khan stuff. It's ridiculous. So a lot of it's, paperwork and, brochures and the press passes. And I think I've shown a lot of it, various points, like the, what do they call the cards in the movie theater? The lobby cards. I got all the lobby cards, and just pretty much anything Wrath of Khan I could find on eBay I would buy it. Wrath of Khan hat.
Great idea. You have a hat. Of course you do.
Where's that? Oh, it's up on the other side of the wall. Yeah, the Wrath of
It's
Khan
too
hat.
far away.
Yeah, it's too far away to grab.
Well, that's why you have to have a show. You'll have everything at hand.
Yeah. Oh, here, let me grab it. I'll show it on the camera.
Oh, I want to say hello to Snortopoopas Cuber Lemon Pie, and also hello and bye to Courtney if you're still listening with us. There it is. There's the hat. You went and got it. Awesome.
Yeah. No, it's not in the best of. I mean, it looks good, but it's very fragile. So I put it on one time. You know how the buttons in the back always break off.
Oh yeah. Oh, there's one broken off.
Yeah. And I have a really big head, even though I'm not that smart. But
That is an untrue statement.
thank you. But so here. Let me put it like that. Oh, Mjolnir can hold the hat up, but it is very, very fragile. Yeah. The other thing the other thing I do too, I have a search on eBay, Wrath of Kahn, and those are really when you get the really good deals, because when they spell Wrath of Khan wrong, Kahn, so you can find stuff on eBay. Yep. And hail to Lemon Pie. Yep. Great to have you here. Yeah, so I would just have eBay in my search and just anything Wrath of Khan that I could find. I have the script here. Why don't I have Laura sign the script? She was right here. I could have had her sign the script for me. That was.
Like you said,
you
didn't want to put too much on her.
Yeah, I did have her sign. Let's see. Do I have the photo here? I'll be right back. It might be on my shelf here. Let me see. I did have her sign a couple photos for me.
All right. Yeah, no, I understand that feeling. Like if I didn't buy an autograph or a photo op from an actor at the Star Trek convention, I just waved to them, and I didn't feel like disturbing them. I didn't want to bother them. But then if sometimes you miss an opportunity at the same time, so it's hard to find that balance of how comfortable the actor is with interacting with you, whether they want the attention or not.
Yeah, no, I agree with that 100%. Like, Nana Visitor was there, and I've got Armin Shimmerman's autograph, and the whole story about how I left the photo there. I'll tell that in a second, but they sent me a new one. But like, Nana Visitor was there, and it was like the end of the day, or like at 5 o'clock. I could have just walked up and said hi to her, but you're right. I kind of just like waved to her or whatever, and Yeah, like I almost was gonna. Can I come up and just say hi and not buy anything? 'Cause I didn't want to be a jerk, but I'm like I'm out of money right now. I gave my money to Armin, um, so Armin took Frankie took the last of my money. I was gonna like make a joke like that, but just to say,
No, but
so,
Nana loves fans. She loves Star Trek too, and she probably would have been cool.
yeah, she probably would have cool. But I'm like, oh, that's they're just standing like you're like I can walk up and see Nana visit, and she what a cutie patootie she was too. So, and then Garth, not Garth, uh, DS9. So they had a panel with Armin Shimmerman, and the Nana Visitor was there. So I think every year at Terrificon, they put together 3 or 4 people from the show, and they do a panel. Like Jeffrey Combs was there last year. I got to meet him and get his autograph, and but it was just yeah, it was just they do panels, and it's just a lot of fun. I think Cyril Lofton was there a couple of years ago, so they kind of rotate out. Uh, who's and Andrew Robinson was there this year
Wow, that's
too.
really
So,
great.
yeah. So didn't you do that recording? Didn't Loki get the recording from Clobberin Times, like a birthday message from him?
Oh, that's right.
Was it Andrew Robinson?
Yes, it was Garrick. Yes, he did.
Was it Garrick?
And
Yeah.
he did it in Garrick's voice too. It was incredible.
Yeah. So, and I almost wanted to and he was, of course, he was the killer in the first Dirty Harry movie too, with Clint Eastwood. And I almost wanted to just go up and say hi to him too, and I didn't. So probably should have, but yeah, okay, he's 82
Yeah,
years old
you
now.
get
Huh?
the
God
good
bless him.
conventions. I don't know. I haven't been paying attention.
If you like casinos, fly up for Terrificon next year, and you can spend a couple of nights there, and maybe win the money for the show, pay for
That's
the
the
show. But
thing. I went to the 50th Star Trek convention in Las Vegas. I didn't do any gambling. I'm not interested in it.
all right.
Because the house always wins. Why do I want to do
Oh, you sure about that math? Just
that?
kidding. Come on. But yeah, Armin Shimmer took all my Latinum. Yeah, so here's here, let me show. I've shown these before, but I didn't find the picture of Laura. But here's I know it's in my folder there since but I'd shown this on the show before. There's a Rathacon book and record. And actually I found I have 2 of these because that was the debate, like opening. I had one that was completely sealed, so I probably open this one because the shrink wrap is kind of torn away. And we're on Saturday Night Star Trek, and Raquel's like, "Don't open it! Don't open it!" And of course, I have Star Trek 3. This one was opened up when I got it, so here I make it full screen. You got your record in here, and I probably could find it on YouTube. I'm sure someone's recorded the record, the MP3 or something. But as a kid, you get to put this in and read along, and this is how Clobberin Times learned to read, was these book and records. So
Yeah, that's really great. And it's really great for me that people uploaded it because I missed out on these. I wasn't around for these, but my daughter needs me. I'll be away for just a little bit.
Okay, yep. Well, good. Yep. See, I wonder how long this is. Let's see. It's let's see what books they have here. Oh, they've got Motion Picture, Rathacon, Search for Spock, Indiana Jones, Star Wars, Empire Strikes Back, Planet of the what? Droid World, Return of the Jedi, Dark Crystal, Black Stallion, Ewoks Join the Fight. So let's see, how long is this record? Can't be that long, a small little record like this. Look at that picture check off on there. That'd be great to have him autograph this. Yeah. Side 2. Yep. Oh wait, this is Wrath. What's going on here? This is the Wrath of Khan record in Star Trek 3. Hey, that's false advertising. I'm looking at it. Gee, how did Wrath of Khan end up in my? You put Wrath of Khan in my Star Trek 3. Wow. Or did I mix up? Did I? I don't think I ever opened these. The Wrath of Khan one. Let's have a Wrath of Khan somewhere with the Star Trek 2, but this is. I got to double check, but I think I have another version of this before I open the shrink wrap. But this is obviously never been popped out. But so, Drag Nabbits, it's got the wrong record in it. So. Gee. And James says, I believe I just sold that. Well, did you sell me this with the wrong record? No, just kidding, James. Yeah. But I'm gonna have to look look that up, see what happened there. That's not good. Yep. So let's see. Let's put these back on the shelf safely there. And the picture of Laura is somewhere. It's somewhere hiding in an envelope here. I haven't put it up on my wall yet. Let me show the picture from Jim. I've been meaning to thank him through a video. I haven't gotten around to that. Maybe I should do that tomorrow. But here's the picture that he sent me, because I'd left stupid Mark. I left the you do the autograph in the picture, right? So he signs a photo for you, and I left on the desk. And you always want these to dry too before you put them in there. So I'm like, when I came back, I got my comic book stash and everything. I'm like, where the heck is my Armin Shimmerman photo? Like, where the heck is it? So he wrote to me, to Mark, Rule 57, good customers are as rare as latinum. Treasure them. So that was super nice of Armin Shimmerman to send me this, and what a stand-up guy. And yeah, it was just here, Armin Shimmerman Quark here. So yeah, very, very nice. And he signed in a nice gold pen here. So I gotta do that. Better do that video tomorrow. Thanking him. But that was super super nice of him. And yeah, he didn't have to do that, right? And I was bummed out too. I mean, yeah, you pay some latinum to get the autograph signed, but that was my boneheaded move. And maybe I was nervous, or not thinking straight. And but I posted on Twitter. You guys might have seen the Twitter post, and said, if Mr. Shimmerman sees this, I think I left my photo on the desk. And he he answered like, Mark, you left it on my table for 2 days and never picked it up. Like, yes, because I'm a moron and forgot to grab it. And yeah, so it was really super nice. So then I'm like, well, I don't want to post my address on Twitter, so I gave him my show email, and he sent me an email. So I have his email address, or maybe it's just a a disposable one. But I emailed him back, and yeah, Lisa. Hey, Lisa. So I didn't find it. He sent me a new one. So
oh, that is so sweet of him.
Is that super nice? Yeah. So he sent me a new one. Yeah. So I've been meaning to do, like he sent to me last week. I've been meaning to do like a thank you video on Twitter and posting it. But yeah, so do you see the inscription there? Yeah. Good customers are as rare as latinum. Treasure them.
Oh, and this one, I bet your last one didn't have a rule of acquisition on it. So this one's even better.
Yeah, no, he just signed it like Armin Shimmerman Quark, or like to Mark, and sometimes I'll take a picture of the person signing it just so I have it. But yeah, so really, really cool. And of course, you have to have start playing cards, right? Because why not? So like, I just keep buying
Yes.
Rathacon stuff. So those
Okay.
Rathican, and it's cool. They're cool. Oh, that'd be a good YouTube short to show all these cards. So they have Enterprise.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, I'm away from the mic, but here we go.
Those are great. That would be, yeah, that would be a great short.
Yeah, I guess.
Kirstie Alley. Those are beautiful. Those. How could you not buy them?
Yeah, all right. And you can still find those on eBay for pretty easily, I think too. They're pretty common. I was hoping there was a Laura Banks card in here, but I don't see Laura in here. So, but I'm checking through and maybe I missed one. But yeah, Kirstie Alley is not with us anymore, unfortunately, too. Yeah,
Rest in peace.
yeah. That was just, and that movie saved Star Trek too. I mean, I know we talk about our love of the motion picture, but that movie saved Star Trek. If that movie didn't do well, that would have been it. I don't think we definitely would have gone TNG. That without those movies doing well, I don't think it would have happened. So
Yeah, definitely. Well, Star Trek 4 is the reason why we have TNG and building off of 2 and 3.
yeah,
And since 4 was so popular, that's what gave them what they needed to make the series.
yeah, and 4 was definitely God. That was, I remember, like, because you were always a Star Trek fan, I'm assuming, right? I mean, you something you always loved, right? Like people knew
Since I was
Star Trek.
19. I came
Yeah.
into it late.
Oh, later. Okay, so
Yeah.
later.
Yeah.
But like, if something Star Trek was happening, like my mom's friends would say, "Oh, does Mark know about that new Star Trek movie?" Like, yes, Mark knows about the new, but in a fun way. Like, if anything was Star Trek, that was, they'd talk about it or ask me about it. So when Star Trek 4 came out, that was a huge deal because it was a mainstream success. So I think people are forget that too. I think how big, how if you weren't around at the time, how big Star Trek 4 was in terms of just in popular culture. That was a high point for Star Trek, I think, as much as I don't like time travel sometimes, but you put 2, 3, and 4 together, make a really great extended movie or extended episode of Star Trek. So
Completely true. That's a fact that even today, even if you're not really a Star Trek fan, you know the one with the whales.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, even my wife likes the one with the whales. Because it's got so much humor. But then, the success of 4, I think, hurt 5. In terms of going for a little bit too much. The humor worked instead of having the natural humor integral to the story. So I do love the heart of 5, but there's just we've talked about it, but a lot of problems with the plot. But the characters are characters we know and we love. And the Uhura dance, God bless Nichelle Nichols. We're in the movie theater, my friends, and we're like, "What is she doing? No, don't make her do that." I don't know how old she was at the time, but yeah, it was just like, no. And then Spock's got a half brother we didn't know about, and so yeah. Oh, we're talking. I know the Coliseum. I'm random here. Stuff on my desk, but I keep Spock in my Coliseum here.
Oh, nice.
What happened was this was
Where else would you
the
go?
only thing left from my Enterprise bridge as a kid from 1974 or 5 or whatever. So I found this Mr. Spock, in your pile of toy stuff, and I don't know where the bridge set is, but yeah, here's.
Oh, because he doesn't have his bridge, so he's got to go somewhere.
Yep, and his feet broke off too. Like I have, I
Oh,
did
of
models
course.
as a kid. So I had like just you save random parts or whatever, and I just have like a model kit drawer, with like little plastic drawers, and yeah, Spock's the only thing left from that set. So
Could
I
you
put him
3D
in.
print him some feet?
I could 3D print him some feet, but I think he kind of likes being special like that. So, and then you can't tell he's missing his feet if he's in the Coliseum. So, what was the episode where Spock was cloned and was it Infinite Vulcan? And it was or
You
was the
remembered
guy
it.
was it,
Yes, the episode written by Walter Koenig. Yes,
yeah.
the animated series.
Was he super tall on that one, or was who was
The giant Spock.
Yeah, right, the giant Spock. Yes, that's why I think he's the giant Spock from the animated series in the Coliseum. Yep. So, oh, we haven't done the eatery yet. Maybe we'll do a little bit of eatery and then get out of here. No, I shouldn't say get out of here, but we'll be on almost for 3 hours, so everyone can get to work tomorrow. But and I know Lisa wants to see the eatery. I didn't show all the stuff from the pig roast, I think, so maybe I'll show that. I'll do a warning on that one before I show the little piggy. But but yeah, the 2, 3, and 4 are just wonderful, and that I remember being, used to go opening night to the movies. Of course, one I don't remember when I saw one, which is horrible, but my memory is vague on that one. But 2, of course, I saw the world premiere. Then 3, then you had to go wait online. Like I remember when Star Trek 3 came out. Like do you remember, going to the movie theater like a couple hours early to see a popular movie so you could get in? I don't know if
Yeah. Yes. Yes,
Okay.
I have. Well, usually movies would release on Friday, but Friday was really Thursday at midnight.
Yeah.
And so you'd show up at 10:30 and get in line.
Yeah.
Those are the days.
But even before that, our movie theaters, I don't think they were doing those Thursday night midnight shows until like the MCU movies or later, or maybe depending on where you lived. But we would, the first showing would be like Friday at 7. Or maybe they had a matinee, but no one went to the matinee, or I don't know, like because you were in school too, right? So you couldn't go to like the 3 o'clock show, but like the Friday night, 7 o'clock show was like the show to be at. So I remember for all this, most of the Star Trek movies going a few hours early, and of course, I remember the Star Trek 4 was like first in line, and Star Trek 4, but it was so much fun to hang out and just talk Star Trek for 3 or 4 hours. Before the movie started. My wife wasn't too happy. I think we were dating at the time, but she wasn't too happy. But
no.
she did enjoy the movie. But all these geeks and nerds talking Trek for that long. But then, when the last Star Trek movie came out, what was the lot? My brain is not working this late. The clone Picard movie, Nemesis. So Nemesis came out, and we actually got to the movie late, and then we get there, my buddy, Star Trek friend, and it's like no one in the movie theater were like, I don't think they're gonna make another movie after this one. So
Oh man, you were
no one
late,
was
but
there.
there was nobody at the movie. That is harsh. That was the premiere too.
Yeah, it was the opening night, and we went, and got stuck in traffic, and I'm like, oh my god, we're not going to get in, maybe. And we get there, there's like 20 or 30 people in the movie theater for Nemesis, and we got in like at the end of the dune buggy scene, and like, why the hell are they riding? Why do they need effing dune buggies? Don't they have anti-grav craft? Ships in this show.
Yeah, that
It's
was
like,
the
why they're-
beginning. That was the beginning of Patrick Stewart just inserting his hobbies into the movie. Like, I like to drive. I drive the,
dune
different
buggies,
kinds of
whatever.
cars,
Yeah.
and
But you gotta have a
and
float car in Star Trek. You don't have a dune buggy. I mean, remember TMP when they're fixing the bridge and they've got that anti-grav disc, and the worker is standing on the anti-grav disc to do something on the bridge. I'm like, that's so cool. That's futuristic. Like my friend and I, like they've got dune buggies in Star Trek. Yeah. So
Well, I guess it makes sense that nobody was there because they're already working off of the previous flop of Insurrection, so it just
Yeah.
And then I guess people figured it was going to keep getting worse, and they were right.
they were right. Yeah. I mean, Insurrection is probably a little bit better than Nemesis, but not by a lot. Well, Nemesis was an all-around disaster. Oh God, they were trying to do Wrath of Khan again. That's when success hurts. So they were trying to come up with this, villain that was could challenge Picard, and it turned out to be Picard. But I mean, you can't. It was just when we found out there was a clone. I guess you could do a clone, but it was so hokey, right? I mean, and wouldn't the clone be younger or age I don't know. So it's just Tom Hardy's good, but it was a mess though. It was just the clone syndrome or what it's just totally wackadoo plot there. So more Patrick Stewie.
Well, yeah, he wants to be action Picard, and so ever since First Contact, that's what he got.
Yeah. And First Contact was great. I mean, I love First Contact, but is that probably considered the only really good Star Trek Next Gen movie?
If you ask me, my favorite Star Trek Next Generation movie is All Good Things. So I go all the way back to the last episode.
Yeah.
Of TNG.
Okay, you're counting that.
Well, yeah, because they used to take the two-parters and craft them and make them seem like a movie, but they never got around to doing that to All Good Things, which I think was a shame.
Yeah, so we had the movies just went downhill. So you had Generations, which I didn't like, more time travel, Nexus, hokey pokey craziness, and then you had First Contact was good, and then Insurrection and Nemesis, and it was just ouchies. So, and then we got Star Trek 2009. We won't talk about that here, but and Into Dumbness, but
That's a relief.
yeah, that's a relief. Yep. So why don't we do some foodery to close out this edition of Sunday Night Geekery?
JT Kirk says Generations' first 15 minutes is the best part of all the TNG movies, and that's because I was in it.
And actually, I don't mind the opening that much, other than the stupid ridiculousness of the ship not being ready on
Until
We don't have a
Tuesday.
tractor beam.
You left space dock without a tractor beam.
It won't be installed until Tuesday.
just
You know,
how stupid can you
Don't
get?
tell me. Tuesday.
Yeah.
Risk is part of the game. You want to sit in that chair.
I mean, there were some. That was a good line, I had to say, in the movie, but yeah, it was just in the medical
How
staff.
big is your medical staff?
The medical staff doesn't arrive till Tuesday.
Who they detail now?
That's when you take a joke too far. You could do that twice, maybe, but just
comedy comes in 3, and so that you can do it 3
Yeah.
times. Then if you do it 4 times, it's too much.
yeah. Didn't they do it like 5 or 6?
Yes, they did it too much.
Yeah. Here's another one here.
Don't tell
Yeah.
me. Tuesday.
I'd clipped them all, I think. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Or maybe some of them are double, but yeah, it's just too much. But if Kirk had died and they'd left him, saving the Enterprise, and the Nexus took him out, but he saved the ship, I could live with that because he's dying, dying a hero. But all this stuff with Soren and bring him, and then, why didn't he just go back, and when they could have time traveled, go back earlier, like his clobbering times that I said, we're talking one night. It's like, yeah, just go back to when they first meet him on the ship and just arrest him.
They already had him in their custody. That was the time
Yeah.
to go back to.
Right?
It doesn't make any sense to go to the moment where you're in the most danger.
Like what? Oh, and RTNZ, thank you so much for your super chat here, buddy. Says Chuck Norris can kill 2 stones with 1 bird. Well, let's play something from Star Trek for that. Let's see here.
Mr. Lovey-Dovey.
Lovey-dovey. Bonk, bonk on the head. Bonk, bonk. Bonk, bonk. Bonk, bonk.
One of the classics, yep. So
I always wonder how Kirk dealt with getting hit in the head so much and not even getting a concussion.
well, they had superior technology back then, I guess, for repairing concussions, maybe, yeah. But you're right. Yeah, he got banged around a lot. Yeah, that was one of the clips. Yeah, this would have been a great clip of the on Saturday Night Star Trek. If anyone got mad, just the short version.
Bonk, bonk on the head. Bonk, bonk. Bonk, bonk.
Yeah, that would have been perfect.
That would have been a good clip of Clobber and Times Got Mad. Just
bonk, bonk on the head. Bonk, bonk.
Yeah, just the short, even short, and just bonk bonk on the head. Yeah, take that. Yeah. But thank you so much for that, RRTNZ. Much appreciated. Yep. No more blah blah blah. Yep. And Enterprise B wasn't that bad, to be honest. No, it wasn't. I do have it hanging in my office right now behind me. Yep, the Enterprise B, the Excelsior. It's got a cool design to it. It's interesting. Yeah. Although it's much easier to muck up the works in the in that ship, right? The more you, what's the line? And I've heard
overthink the plumbing.
Scotty,
As good as your word.
aye, sir. The more they overthink the plumbing, the easier it is to stop up the drain.
Yep, Mike loved that clip. Yep. All right, so I'm going to show some boink boink on the head, some pig stuff. So I got to do a countdown. So if you don't want to see a naked pig or a pig that's about to be cooked, close your eyes. But I know some people just don't like to see the piggy in the box. So this was cooking the pig. So here we go. So 3, 2, 1. You've been warned. Yep. So let's see.
Nice of you to warn people.
Yeah, I got to warn people. Yeah, because that could be scary. So, and I won't stay on it too long. So basically, what you do, you buy the pig and then you put them in this cajachina box, which is Cuban, actually Chinese and passed on to Cuban descent. And so the pig is split, so then it cooks a lot faster in the box. It's not on a rotisserie. And then, so I'll get away from that. I know some people don't like seeing that. So, but then the heat is on top of the box. And of course, you can see I live near the water here. So we have a beautiful spot to go to, club to go to. So it's all the charcoal's on the box. And of course, I got my computer stuff here. So it heats up the pig, and you just keep putting charcoal. And what you want to do is you never want to look at the pig. You just want to keep that top on. You don't want to every time when you're looking, it ain't cooking, as the saying goes. So you just want to make sure you keep that top on. So there's the pig cooking. So I started cooking. I went down there at 9 a.m. I think, and then I probably like 10:30 is when the pig was getting temperature. So 9 o'clock, you start, set everything up. 10 o'clock was starting the fire, but it takes probably at least a half hour to warm the pig up. Yep. So it's a cajachina. So let me put the link in for if you ever want to buy one of these. Cajachina. So you can get them on, I guess you can get them on Amazon too. Yep. But here's, let me put the link in here. Here's the cajachina box. So, and there's a knockoff box now too, but I like sticking with the original. So it's a plywood, wood box, but it's sheet metal. I think they have a stainless steel version, but it's sheet metal on the inside. So it's a metal lined box with wheels you can roll around. So it looks like you can get them on. Looks like you can get them on Amazon right now too, and Home Depot might have them too. It looks like. So of course I added, I've got a temperature gauge here, and of course I added a thermometer to mine, and you can read the temperature there. So you always want to know. So you got the temperature of the box, and you want to know the temperature of the pig, because the pig's got to get up to 160, 165 to be safe. So you don't want to undercook your pig. And the thing is too, if you have it ready early, then you can just let it sit for a while. So you don't want to, God forbid, serve food that's not cooked all the way to, especially there are like 200 to 250 people there that day. So it's a swimming club. So and you bring your own food there, so it's not like a country club. It's like there's grills and stuff, and you bring your stuff and you cook there. So that was, we do for the closing. I do that with my brother-in-law. We have a pig roast. A friend had started that a while ago. So a lot of fun. Yep. Oh, Oliver. Hey, Oliver. He's saying, I would have preferred Captain Kirk to survive at Star Trek Generations, while Picard would die at the hands of Soren. Yeah. And then that would have led Kirk to become Captain Enterprise E. That would have been pretty awesome, right? Yeah. Well, that's the one thing we didn't get. As much as good as the movie, we love the movies. Or I love the movies. You didn't get that phase 2. You didn't get a TV series. So, it did save Star Trek. But my God, could you imagine if we gotten another Star Trek series? Of course, Nimoy wasn't going to be in it, but maybe they could have gotten him back. That's pretty tough to do without Nimoy. But they had Zahn, who was killed off, and TMP, that character, the science officer, was killed, the Vulcan, and then of course replaced with Leonard Nimoy, but Spock. But that would have been a huge. God, if we had a Star Trek series with multiple stories, because Star Trek works best on TV. But yeah, we never got anything from the B or C, so they deserve their own shows. Yeah, I did see a pic of Kirk in a post 2373 Starfleet red command uniform. Yep. And Snorty's getting hungry. JT's got the pigs there. Yep. And nom 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 nom. Oh, ribs for dinner. That's the way to go. Yep. Yeah. So Kaja China. Yep. So I put that link in. Let me catch up to the chat here. Hopefully I'm not missing anything here. Yep. So Donnie had pizza for lunch. Yep. Kirk fixing Wesley to be a normal person, telling Donna Troy. Don't know if Donna Troy, what a fun time with Data. Been quite the set of movies. Yeah. So here, let's get back to the pig roast here. So yeah, so I did a 65-pound pig, and so you start with 9 pounds of charcoal. I don't measure the charcoal. I just basically like half a bag, and then you keep adding more charcoal, every half hour. So it's pretty nice. They've got the instructions on the box, and then you, at the end of the cook, you turn the pig skin side up, you score it. I'll show that, and then you cook it for a half hour. Yep. So you don't want to burn the skin, but you can make it kind of crispy. So everyone loves that crispy pig. Well, not everyone. A lot of people love they call it, the crackle off the pig. Yep. So it's just really, really, really great to have the pig crispy with crispy skin. Yep. So there's my I guess I had 2 probes this time. I had 2 temperature probes in the pig there.
Which probe is that?
This is actually a newer probe. This is what's the brand on that? Ready Check. The other one that was my buddy's. I had I used Dot by Thermopen, and I couldn't find it. I took it to my Boy Scout camp, and I can't find it. Unfortunately, it's not a super expensive one, but the Thermopen by ThermoWorks. Let me show the one that I have. Well, here, let me pull this over. Well, this is the best. This is the best instant, fast thermometer. It's waterproof. that's the go-to. Just can't go wrong with that one there. And it's, let me just put ThermoWorks in here. And then I have the dot. Let's see, where is it? Which is like the little cheaper one, but really good quality. But let's see, ThermoPens. Where is it under? Temperature probes. Oh, those are actually the probes. Cooking.
I'm asking because my stepdad's birthday is this
Oh, okay.
this Saturday. I need something.
You need something. Yep. Well, I don't know what your budget is, but if you had a very high budget, this would be the coolest thing ever to get, because this is the next thing I want to get was this RF starter kit. So what this is, it's get, and the other one I'm showing there is similar to this, but this one seems like it's the ultimate version. So it's got a receiver, a special. It doesn't use Bluetooth, because Bluetooth is really spotty, as they're saying here, especially when it's going to a grill. So they've got a transmitter, and they also have a ambient temperature. So what you do, sorry, that's jiggling around there. If I click on it, or can't make it bigger. So you've got the ambient temperature probe, if you can see here, and then you've got the probe for the meat, which is wireless to this box. So just the ambient temperature probe, like, which is really important to tell you what the grill is at and what the meat temperature is at. So then they have that transmitter, and then you goes to your cell phone. I guess that's the power for the unit too. I guess that's a charger. So you've got the charger, but this looks like a really great setup. But that's high end stuff. Not cheap, but it's on sale. But because the other one that I have, sometimes it loses connection with the Bluetooth. When it works awesome. But when you lose the Bluetooth, you got to go back out and set the probe again. And this is the one that I have, which I can't find. Oh, I don't have the Bluetooth one. I have just the cheaper version of this, but this is the little dot. So you have your probe here. So that's a really good one. That's $70, and that'll hook up to your phone. And then simple alarm monitor. So this was that's the one I can't find right now. So hopefully I have it in one of like my camping bags or something. But yeah, this is a great, if you're just looking for a simple probe thermometer, this would be a great gift. Or the does he have one of these ThermoPens, Joe? Does he have like an instant?
I'm not sure what
thermometer?
he had. I'm not sure because it seems to be the thing he keeps asking for. I've tried to buy one before, but I guess it wasn't good. So
Yeah,
I need to get something better.
This is the best. Like, you can buy a $10 one on Amazon, but this, like all the barbecue shows, and everyone uses this one. It's on sale for 64 smack rolls. So and it's
that would
waterproof.
be
I've
good.
had mine for like 5 years. Oh, you get a trivet with it for free. You get a limited edition mango trivet with it as a gift. Yep. So it's the best. It's the best one. Yeah, you can buy cheaper ones. And then the probe that I was using, it's a wireless Bluetooth probe like this one, and you put it into the meat, and then you use your phone, and it gives you the temperature. So, yep. So those guys are ThermoWorks. Yep, really good stuff. So that's my Bluetooth wireless probe, and it actually worked really well this time. And of course, so what I did, I just got a new Android phone, so I just used my old Android phone, and I just left it there all day. So maybe that's part of the problem too. When you're walking around, you lose the connection. So, and the nice thing is it tracks the whole cook too, so you know exactly what if you want to go back. If you're a barbecue nut, and science is part of cooking, so you can go back and see what what the temperatures were, and maybe when it burned, or if something spiked or something. And you can track the temperature of the you've got the ambient temperature and the temperature of the food, so you can see what happened there. So there's just the same thing, just cooking the pig, and everyone wants to see it. I'm like, no, you can't look at it.
that last instruction on that box says, "Don't open it until the cooking time is done."
Yep, you're looking and cooking. So yeah, just keep going through these. So yeah, and you just keep adding. You add charcoal every half hour. Well, every hour. I was adding like a little bit every half hour just so it was more constant. So let's keep cooking away. So yeah, they did come up with a box that has a window in it. This is some of my friends here helping my brother-in-law cook pulled pork, so they're breaking up the pork for sandwiches. We had like 250 people there, so you couldn't just have the pig. You had to have so I think we did eight pork butts he did in his smoker. And he did 30 racks of ribs. And those ribs, he's a great cook. He's much better than me. So did some beautiful ribs there. Yeah. Slicing up the ribs. It make you all hungry.
I know, Mark. You know how to party.
Yeah. Nothing like a good rack of ribs, right? Then you rack them up, and then we got the pulled pork there. Like a lot of the same pictures, sorry. And here's the pig coming off. All right.
And it's done.
That's the cooked pig. And then you got it like that, but then you got to flip it. Oh, I didn't have a picture of the pig. I think I did a movie. Let me see. But then we cooked hamburgers and hot dogs for people. I always do pineapple with the pig. Oh, there we go. There, it was out of order. So you flip the pig, and then you score the skin, and you roast them. You get that skin really crispy, but you don't want to burn it. So the snout got burned a little bit there, but and then of course you cook there's the pig's feet. One of our football coaches in town loves the pig's feet. He calls them trotters. So I cook them. Always bring them to every year. I got to bring them to him this week. Yeah, so if you cook it too much, you can start to burn. It's a little burnt. That's okay. It's still. But they see that crispy kind of orange color. That's when that's like the perfect section there. Yeah.
Lemon Pie has a question. Does anyone put an apple in the mouth, or is that only in Crunchins?
Thank you. Actually, we put the apple in the mouth after. You can do that. First couple times I did it when it cooks, the apple just disappears. It like disintegrates. So I've got some block of cedar in there now, and then then we put the apple in after. And probably I got to remember to put a piece of tinfoil too. The cheek meat is actually some of the best meat. See, he's higher up there, so they kind of burned a little bit. So, but yeah, it's you do it more for presentation or just to kind of show off. So see, here's the apple in his mouth. Yep, looks good for the pictures. Yep. There's my friends there, and Sergio. Yep, he's helping too. He's a chef in real life, so he always helps to cut the pig up. Yep. So there he is with the Sergio. You're on my YouTube channel, but yeah, we always had some fun expressions with the pig. Yep. I didn't post that to Facebook. I don't know if I might freak people out. People are meat eaters, but then they don't want to see that. Yeah. So there's the piggy. We lost. I think the Sergio he had the apple. I think the apple fell out at that point. So then we ask everyone, like, it's a BYO, bring your own. So we ask everyone to bring side dishes, and so everyone chips in and bring. We provide the pig and the ribs and the pulled pork, and we ask people to bring salads and side dishes. So that's a fun family thing for Labor Day to end the summers. Yep, and the summer. Yep.
And that's a beautiful place to have the gathering too.
Oh, it's gorgeous. Yeah, it's beautiful. Yeah, we're really lucky to be there. And it's in a residential neighborhood, so it's kind of tucked away. Like, so a lot of people don't know about it, which is good. So it's hidden away there. Yep. There's some old pork, or that's the pig. That's actually pig meat. That's the tray of pig meat there. Yep. And we do hamburgers and hot dogs for the kids, or if you don't want the pig. So.
And when I saw the hamburger, like the hot dogs, I was like, "That's for the kids," because
Yep.
I would not be wanting hot dogs when I saw racks of ribs.
That's for the kids, yeah. But the funny thing was, like, one of my mom's friends, I did a pig roast for my dad's 80th birthday. And then we took the pig out. She's like, "Oh, it scared me so much." She's like, I don't think I can eat it now because it looked, people aren't used to seeing the animal as it looks, right? So she's like, "What else can I eat?" And I've told this story a million times, but I said, "Well, we got hot dogs for you, but that's probably the parts of the pig. If you saw what they ground up, you wouldn't want to eat. Some of the hot dogs they put. They don't waste any of the pig, but yeah, it looks like a hot dog, so it's okay. But and then people bring tons of desserts. All those brownies were good with butterscotch chocolate, butterscotch chips. Oh, those were good. And of course, by the time I got up there, half the stuff was gone, which is okay. But for my picture taking purposes, yeah. So some good stuff there. Yep. A whole lot of
We
homemade.
should have had
stuff,
more
right?
desserts in Louisiana, especially at that place that was really good. That
Yeah.
last place we went to.
Yeah, we didn't get dessert that night, right?
We should
skipped
have
dessert?
that. That would have been the time. Yeah. We did.
Right? See? Everyone turned down the dimensionally challenged person was suggesting it. We had so much food that night, but you're right. But we did have dessert in the restaurant that wasn't as good, I think, right?
Yeah, that was like the only thing that was really good. I enjoyed that, but it was I
Yeah.
just like sugar.
Yeah, made everyone. What did we get? We got the pot. What did we get at that restaurant with Steve and Dad? Man, that was
Something with banana.
Bananas Foster. We got Bananas Foster. Yep. And that's my brother-in-law there. So yeah, we did get. It was Bananas Foster. Yep. Yeah, and that restaurant wasn't that good. It was a chain, and it wasn't that good, unfortunately. So, but yeah,
Right, the
that
food got better over time.
yeah, no, but it wasn't, and it took forever too. That's what I hate when a restaurant takes forever. And we wanted to like go out and do the next thing there too, right? And we're just we're waiting, waiting to get there, and never happened. Yeah, or it did happen, but then I think we were gonna ask him to split the
But
check.
I think so. Yeah, and eventually we just had to get up and ask or something.
We didn't even bother. We're
I
like
that.
we still got to figure that out with Steve, I think. But
Oh right.
I think we because we were afraid to ask the waitress to split the check because we're like, oh God, it's gonna be another half hour before we get the check. Yeah. So, but yeah, no, it was good to see everyone. Tough circumstances, obviously, but was good to see everyone. But
it was.
Yeah. So, but and of course the food is very important down there too in Louisiana. It's God, they have some great food down there. They got some good eats, right?
They deep fry everything.
Right? Even Oreos, yeah. So yeah, and that's part of when you go on a trip, yeah, you want to experience new things and new foods, and I wish they had beignets. I'm kind of glad they don't have beignets up here, but I'd be even heavier. But God, I love I
Well,
love getting those for breakfast. Yeah,
and
those were good.
I'm noticing more of the Cajun stuff that is on the menu here in Texas because we are so close. We do some of the food, and so
Yeah.
I can get the Rockefeller oysters. That's some stuff. Obviously, we have gumbo and
Yeah.
catfish and all that.
But so you do have that that influence around yeah, because you're so next door, right? Yeah, so close by. Yep, that does make sense. Yeah. So, but yep. So, but we do miss our buddy Clobbering times. Yep. So always thinking of him. But he did help us create some good memories seeing everyone there. So that was good. Yeah.
Definitely, he brought us together.
Yeah,
It
like
was
you always
important.
did. Yep. Like you always did. Yep. Yep. All right, everyone. Well, I think it's about that time. So we still got a lot of people hanging out with us. We got almost 20 people watching us on the YouTubes. The Twitter X, it always says a big number, but if you're in Twitter, say hello. I never see, yeah, RIP Klobby. Yep. No one ever comments from Twitter, right? I think, do you ever have anyone watching on Twitter on any of your shows, Jill, or make a comment on the Twitter?
I used to stream on Twitter, but lately they were like, you don't have enough subscribers or you don't have enough followers to stream on Twitter anymore, so I am not allowed to stream on Twitter.
They turned your you have a ton of followers. They turned off your streaming on Twitter. Wow. Or
Yeah,
they
unless
go by
you
how many, or they go by how many Twitter not YouTube followers, but Twitter followers.
Yeah, you have to
Maybe?
have 2,500 Twitter followers or buy premium.
Okay.
And
I've
I
only,
don't have I
because
don't have either.
I'm premium. Yeah, I'm premium on Twitter, but I only have 1,400. So were you able to do it? And then they changed the rules. They changed
Yeah, they
the.
changed the rule. Well, that's what Elon's been doing. He's been taking away functionality so that people want to buy premium.
Make you buy the premium, right? But I've never had anyone comment on. I think maybe one person maybe made a comment on Twitter, or
I did have it. I didn't either. I didn't have maybe one or two, but no, mostly no.
yeah. So you wonder who is actually watching on Twitter. I mean, it's because it says people are watching, but you don't ever see. I don't ever see anyone. Or I think I went on there too. Like Steve Mitchum went on there and just not Steve. He's not a Twitter person, but and just clicked on it to send a link just to see who was there. But I wish you got that huge it'd be great if you got interaction from Twitter. Yeah, maybe Elon should buy StreamYards and roll that into X Premium. Do you use StreamYards, Jill, or?
I do use StreamYard, so then I'd have to buy premium at that point.
You hear what happens? What StreamYards is doing now?
No, what happened?
They doubled the price. Their next month is going to cost $45. The new company's called Spoons bought them out, and StreamYards is so. The beginning part of the show, we're talking about StreamYards alternatives because that's a lot of smack rolls to go for $45.
Oh,
So, sorry to be the bearer of bad news.
Terrible.
Yeah, so you're paying for it. Do you have a paid version of StreamYard right now, or are you doing the free version?
I do pay for StreamYard. No, I pay for it, and I paid out for the rest of the year, so I won't get the price increase until next year or Christmas. I guess they won't be doing any promotions for cheaper StreamYard if they're doing that.
Oh yeah, so a new
that's
company bought them out.
I guess maybe I'll have to look into Streamlabs or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I think everyone's saying Streamlabs is probably the way to go, or Umix, Umix. If I'm saying it the right way. Geek and I was talking about that. I have a list of ones. EVMux. There's Restream, but they were pretty expensive. And then OneStream was another one, and Riverside FM. But yeah, so there's gonna be a lot of people looking for alternatives this month because I can't afford 45. And thank you to all the the channel members. God bless you. Thank you. Helps keep the lights on with StreamYard. But yeah, $45 a month is that's adding up to a lot of That's a lot of money. I know you can do the math pretty quickly, but 45 times 12 is $540. So that's quite a bit of money for a casual.
It's
If a
messed up.
person's a
Yeah.
casual hobbyist,
If
yeah. If you're
especially if that's the lowest level of paid streamer,
that's the
they're
lowest
gonna see
level.
a huge drop in customers.
I wonder if they'd end up losing money.
They
If you think about it, right? What was the math of that? If you lost, because they're getting $25 a month now, and they're increasing it by 20, and if you lose half your customers, I mean, you're gonna end up, losing overall revenue. It's like, so landlord raises the rent too much. I've seen that happen so many times in town where they'll raise the rent, double the rent, but then the building goes empty for like 2 or 3 years. It's like, yeah, well, you could have been renting at the lower rate for 2 or 3 years, at least making some money. So,
no,
yeah,
everything's increasing in price. That's all it does. Hulu is increasing.
right.
It's been increasing
Yeah.
all forever. It used to be $6. Now it's 10. It's going up to $10.
Yeah, the Disney package is now $21 a month. I was paying for that for my kids because they both my boys love ESPN and they want you bundle everything, so they get the ESPN package. They can watch all the games. They have all the stats and everything through ESPN. They're working. I might have to ask them to chip in something. So I just got the note. Yeah, it was $14 or $15. Now it's going to 20, 21. Yeah. So so sorry to be the bearer of bad news, but well, you were smart. I should have done. I would have gone off of it when it went up, but yeah, to buy the I should have bought the year out anyway. That would have been much smarter to do.
Overall, it pays. It's cost less to do it that way, and the few people I do have supporting my channel, pretty much pays for StreamYard for me. But I don't know if I want to. I want to pay half a grand for it. I have to think about
Yeah, no, it's just too yeah, when you're paying, $250 versus $540, it's a big difference. And I never did it all, which is silly. I mean, I should have done that ahead of time, pay for the year. But for a while I was looking for like alternatives, Streamlabs, and 70s was using that one, so I'll probably move to that one, yeah. So yeah, Jiminy Crickets. Yeah.
Me too. I'm gonna look into it. I've been meaning to look into Streamlabs. Now I have to.
Yeah, well, I think a lot of people probably been moving to them or EVMux or got to find out what there was one that Toxic Manflu was using on the Thursday night throwdown. I'm gonna find out what he was using, but yeah, it's plus everything's all set up in the StreamYard, so it's like it's gonna be such a pain to switch. I mean, first world problems, but all your avatars and your wallpapers and your I'm assuming you could play videos too, just like you can here. Then you got to reset that stuff up all again, and just a pain. Yeah.
Yeah, that is. Well, like any move, it's terrible. Yeah, you do have to set up your environment and how you feel comfortable there.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, let's let us know what you got coming up this week, Jill. I know you've got your great shows during the week. So what's your subject
thank you
for this
so
week?
much for letting me talk about my channel. Yeah, I do have a channel, Anti-Derivative Jill, same as my name, and so I like to talk about science fiction and stuff. And Tuesdays I do For All Mankind series. I've completed the first 2 seasons, so I'm on to season 3, 4, and then
We gotta wait for season 5.
Yeah, and then I'll have to wait for season 5. But this Tuesday, I'm taking a break for personal. I'm having a personal day, so I'm gonna do a shore leave on
Okay.
Tuesday.
Shore leave so there'll be no shore leave on Tuesday due to a shore leave.
Yeah, there'll be a shore leave for a shore leave. And then on Friday, I'm starting my Harry Potter series because this is something that I enjoyed as a kid, and my co-host is interested in learning about it from me. And so we're going to talk about that all the way up until Halloween.
Are you
So we're
doing
gonna-
the books, the movies, or
The
what are you
movies,
covering?
the movies. He wouldn't
Doing the
read
movies.
the books. I tried it. I tried. No, he's not going to read the books.
Oh, come on.
But I
Gotta
know
cast
everything about the
cast the
books.
hex
I
on
can tell him.
Yeah.
No, not quite so hard. Maybe a jinx.
A jinx, right? Yeah. You know, I've only read the first book, which is a short read too. It's a quick, easy read. And but my wife, all she does is read the damn Harry Potter books over and over and over. And I know she'd never come on YouTube, but I don't know if
Say it.
I consider an expert on Harry Potter, but she was reading the books again. So I always have a joke with her. Are you cheating on me with Harry Potter again? You know, just are you with Harry again? I'm like, what do you read? Like, you're reading them again? So like every summer she reads the Harry Potter books and goes
Oh, it's
through
like a
them all.
tradition. That's nice.
Yeah.
That's really
Oh,
cool to
it's
have
great.
a
I'm
tradition.
teasing. No, it's great, but that's a mark of how good the books are, because you know, to want to reread a book, you know, over and over, it's got to be, you know, Lord of the Rings, you know, caliber. And there's quite a long series of books too. The first book is short, but then the later ones get pretty big, pretty long.
And I won't say that Harry Potter is Lord of the Rings caliber, but it is really super fun, you know, wizard mystery books. I love them. And so I'll be able to talk about
like
them.
in terms of goodness, I should say. Yeah. In terms of popularity and yeah. But yeah, I couldn't get her to read Lord of the Rings though. But
What?
yeah.
My
wife is a very normie. Maybe I'll try again. Let me get her to read The Hobbit. But my daughter loved the Lord of the Rings book.
Yes, definitely start with The Hobbit. That's how I started.
The Hobbit's a good way to start. Yeah. But God, those books are so good. But yes, that'll be great to watch that show. And I haven't been able to pop on your, you know, All Mankind show yet. But I do love that series. So that's a great. Some of the stuff that happened in season 3, was it when they had the affair with the mom and the other person? I'll just say other person.
That's season 2, Danny.
That's season 2. Oh God, I was so mad at that.
It was gross. It was,
oh God, I mean, just.
And it sucked because they had built up her character to grow, and she was getting better, and she was actually a really good character, and then they just decimated her with that.
That was ridiculous. I could see if they'd done it from the perspective of the kid being attracted to Stacy's mom, shall we say, as an you know, an adult, right? You know, he was an adult at this point, but that's one thing. But then to you know, take it to the level that they did, I thought that really, yeah, you're right, that brought her character down, or just, you know, have that one action maybe, and then, you know, stop or something. Just, what the hell are we doing here? You know, and then. Well, you've watched the whole series all the way through, obviously, right? So
no, I haven't actually.
you haven't. Oh, okay, so
I'm going to start season 3. Yeah, I'm going to start season 3.
I'll shut up then. Yeah, no, because there's implications for that character, and it was just, the show is excellent and stays excellent, but that really got me so angry. I was like, don't do that, you know. And I guess that could happen in real life, but I just want to see that with that character.
Yeah, but she probably changed his diapers.
Yeah, that's what I didn't want to know. Yep. Well, good night, Oliver. Yep. Thanks for hanging with us. Much appreciated. Have a great week. And thank you, Donna. Yep. So so go check out Jill's show for All Mankind, and maybe we'll talk about it a little bit one night here. Just not an in-depth review like Jill, but just in general.
Yeah, in general, that would be a lot of fun, especially because you were telling me about the duct tape, and I was like, what? And that was this season. So that was a little.
I saw the duct tape, and the funny thing was that I was you know, teasing Raquel about that. My friend, buddy of mine, works for NASA, and an offhand in comedy made 2 of his friends were technical consultants for the show. I wonder if I could get them on a podcast. They might not. I'll have to ask Larry, but and he said, yeah, everything they did, most of the stuff was pretty legit. He's like, except for the stupid episode with the duct tape. And I'm like, but I was arguing about that they had NASA advisors on the show. And then my friend knows the NASA advisors for the show and saying that they're arguing against that. So Raquel was right on that one.
The advisors said not to do it, but The
Yeah.
thing is, the way that they wrote it, they didn't have to do the duct tape. They had a guy who died in his spacesuit right outside the door. They just have to face the lack of pressure for just a little bit, grab him, pull him in, tape up, use the duct tape to fix the dang
Fix the
suit and
suit.
actually use it.
Yeah. Well, I guess they wanted to, well, spoilers, but they wanted to have those characters make a sacrifice. The scene was fantastic. I thought it was a
Yeah,
really well done.
dramatically it was beautiful.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Dramatically is beautiful, but I guess your insides would churn up. Like in 2001, doesn't he survive for a few seconds in the vacuum, like exhaling all the air in his lungs, and in 2001 when he
Yeah,
gets
but
back in the
they have like 20, they take 20 seconds to do everything.
yeah, so I guess he's only there for a few seconds, and he does have a spacesuit on, but I guess it doesn't matter if you're exposed. I got to talk to my Larry about that again, but yeah, I was laughing. I was like, go figure, he knows the advisors on that show. So, but yeah,
That
Stacy's mom, that's the one that's got it going on. Yeah. Oh, and Max Redstone is here. Hail the Max. Yep.
it's one thing if they don't know each other and they're getting together, but she was she was basically a second mother to this kid.
Yeah, that was just ridiculous. That was just so totally inappropriate. Yeah, even though I guess in the show they're both quote unquote consenting adults at this point. He's but it just that was that was just wrong on so many levels, and it just brought her character down. There's some really interesting things that happen with her character later, and it kind of make you forget that, but that's always in the back of your mind when that
Always
when
will
that
be.
happens.
It's tarnished
Yeah.
it. Shame.
Yeah, unfortunately, but she does have a good character arc. Yep. So, and actually, I'll be on a shore leave for the next few weeks too. So there won't be any Sunday Night Geekery for the next 2 weeks. I know you're all incredibly disappointed. I shouldn't say it like that. No, I really appreciate everyone who hangs out with me. That's just some self-deprecating humor. I will miss hanging out with everyone, but I will be on an extended shore leave for the next 2 weeks, and but I will be back and beginning of October. So the next Sunday Night Geekery will be, well, actually, it won't be until October 13th. So actually, 3 weeks. Yep, because I'll be home, getting home that night, but I'll be in zombie mode probably. So we'll be off for 3 weeks. So of course I'll miss Toxic Tuesday too. So we won't have Sunday Night Geekery until October 13th. So I hope you can all survive that long without Sunday Night Geekery. But
I didn't know that was happening, so I'm glad that I chose this night to be here because I'm gonna miss your show.
Thank you. Yeah. So but I always appreciate whenever we've got a Twitter group, so just the link is always there. So I always appreciate when anyone can come hang out with us, and it's great to have Jill and the Geek and I on tonight. So really appreciate you stopping by and chatting with us. And so everyone check out Jill's channel, check out Geek and I's channel, and hail to everyone who's out there in the chat. And thank you to all my patrons and members. Just really appreciate you helping to keep the lights on. And we got Lisa, so let's do some of the member icons, because that's one of the cool things that we get here. We got some Blake 7, we got the Gorn, we got Raquel, we got Dad Man, we got Spock, and we got the Mandalorian, my buddy from Fortnite. So, but everyone have a great week. As I said, it'll be a while, but I'll post when we shall return. We shall return triumphantly. But until then, watch. Make sure you watch Jill's show and watch that interview with Laura Banks if you can, and if you can purchase her book. But just always appreciate everyone here who always try to make a joke, but really do appreciate everyone who is a channel member and helps support the channel. And keep things going here. Yeah, now that StreamYards, so now we're gonna figure out a new software from StreamYards. But yeah, it doesn't matter. It's always fun, so much fun to hang out with you guys and meet everyone this way, and just a real special thing. So have a great night, everyone, and we'll catch you. I'll catch you. I can't remember saying that. Catch you in October. So everyone, take care. And we'll see you when I'm back from my shore leave. And I wish I had transporters. I could get there and back really quickly. So everyone take care.
Fun storming the castle.
It's 106 miles to Chicago. We got a full tank of gas, half a pack of cigarettes. It's dark, and we're wearing sunglasses. Hit it.
Still here? It's over. Go home.